Okay. Recording has been started.
Fantastic!
All right. Hello.
I'm counting my pants down here.
Hello, people on the internet. Oh, Hunter's gone. Hunter's back.
Starting off right.
Off to a great start. Hunter.
We always start amazingly.
This goes well every single time.
Absolutely.
It always goes well.
All right.
Believe me.
No, you
I
had a
good start.
4 years. It always goes well.
Hello, people on the internet. Welcome back to Temple of Sorrows, to the one person that listens to this. Yes, the one person. Singular. Yeah, it's Merlot. So, a bit of an announcement before I recap. Unfortunately, we lost Zol, but we did pick up a new player. He is Noah. Say hello.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
No.
Oh lord.
You
He lit a
cannot see
fire.
it, but he lit a lighter. It was
Yes.
very dramatic.
You can't see it. Very dramatic.
Very dramatic. All right. So with that out of the way, all right. Then wait, no, this is session 9. Good lord. All right. So last session recap. So our party woke up. They got a couple of side quests from a job board. And they also met another party, and after a fiasco which involved yet more of the gender bend drug lean, they went off to do some bounties. They first went off to do a bounty for a special firearm called the Devil's Deal. However, to make it the dwarven blacksmith that gave them the bounty required a special power core, in this case the power core of an Akentok pattern mecholum. You went to where he said you could find one. Found it, killed it, then found a bunch more of them and ended up getting an entire army to yourselves, which I'm still regretting giving you to this day, as well as a lot of cores, and you met an artificial soul called Zeta 2. You got said extra cores and brought them all back to the blacksmith after claiming ownership of the facility, and then everyone ordered custom items along with a body for Zeta, and Noah is currently dying.
I'm like, what the fuck have I missed?
Well,
You missed a
lot.
Souls, like,
You should listen to the podcast. You missed a lot.
Big fan.
The fucking blood.
Just
So-
listen to
the
like
shameless
episode
blood.
6 post. You'll be fine.
Yeah, listen to episode 6 onwards.
for people who are listening, I'm just sitting here having an existential crisis, like my hands on my temples, just what is going on?
Which is fair.
Like season 3.
We're
What have I gotten into?
We're going to open not on our party, but rather on Gilmere, sitting alone inside of an inn bedroom. Gilmere is sitting there, a hood over his head, sharpening his blade. He looks up slowly as from the wall a dark, glassy spot begins to spread, and a figure similar to the one we saw when Dogma was turned to the armies of terror steps out of it. Gilmere stands and promptly removes the head from the creature's shoulders, and then steps through the portal. The camera cuts to the northern wastes where we see Gilmere, his sword over his shoulder, staring out across the near endless hordes that face him. And then the screen, if we had a screen, goes to black. And we cut to morning in Walking Talk, where the party is just waking up. Gentlemen, the stage is yours.
Alright.
Yeah, so we're in the tavern, right?
You are all in the tavern currently, yes, unless one of you walked out of the tavern, in which case you would no longer be in said tavern.
No, I slept flew out of the tavern and get it fucking right.
Clearly I was sleeping on the bed and just became a little too ethereal and fell through the floorboards. Clearly that's what happened.
That's
Wait.
you're currently on the other
Get out
side
of
of the
the
planet
tavern.
right now.
Wait. I like this idea. So what happened
No.
is Taram became a bit too ethereal while sleeping, and he is now hanging on the underside of the ceiling. And the few people that are awake at this moment are just kind of staring up at this void wraith who seems to be attached to the ceiling by his face.
So, quick question. So, what you're telling me is that he can no clip.
Basically.
Kind of.
To an extent.
A little.
It's not
Extent.
exactly conscious, but he can no clip. I
Not
actually have to get
purpose,
my
mind you.
water. I will be right
So
back.
we do a little bit of trolling here.
I can't believe you have to get your water.
A little bit.
We execute
A small
a
bit of
moderate amount of tomfoolery.
Yes, we do indeed.
I don't tomfoolery.
We morb.
We do a little morbing.
It's Marvin time.
Fair
People,
enough.
let's move on.
We need to. Okay, so all of you are awake now. You're all down in the main room of the tavern, but you do realize that Gilmere isn't here.
What was another guy?
Yes.
Have you checked his bed? Is it still asleep?
I mean, I don't just walk into people's rooms. I do fall into people's rooms, but I don't walk into people's rooms.
You,
Yeah,
Gunnar.
that,
You're friends with him, weren't you?
Wait, is he stuck in the ceiling?
No, he has gotten down from the ceiling at this point.
I was stuck in the ceiling. I no longer am.
Yeah, okay.
How high did it fall from?
It's about an 8-foot ceiling.
Okay.
And I'm about 7.5 feet.
Yeah.
7'5", I think. Yeah.
Wait,
He's at the height where, like, to be fully comfortable, he has to crouch down just a little.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So, Logan's gonna looks at Cade and says, "Oh, you, dumb boy."
What was the question?
Just looks at him and says, "You're friends with him, weren't you? You know where he is?"
I can take a look around. Did you check his room?
Well, don't barge to people's rooms all the time.
You can knock.
Fine. Logan goes over to wherever Gilmore is asleep and just knocks on the door.
As you knock on the door, it swings open slightly because it wasn't fully closed. The room looks very tidy, the bed's made, everything looks as it should be, except there is a headless corpse of an unholy creature on the ground.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, Turan walks
Oh,
up.
that's,
Yeah, Turan walks up behind you. He's like, "Oh, decapitation. That's fun."
Does Cade recognize this from...
Yes, you would recognize this as the creature that also took Dogma.
What is this thing?
Dad, that's what it is.
I mean, yeah, that's a very good assessment.
It's a recruiter.
A recruiter for what?
It's a recruiter for the armies of terror.
Alright.
They seem to be a bit of a shit recruiter if they're dead.
I mean, yeah, that would be my assessment, but it also seems like they were successful in some capacity.
This is the second person they've reached out to in this group. At
This
least
one in particular, or the army?
Gilmere was the second person that this recruiter showed up for.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify.
If it's dead, we can only assume that he declined. And the fight may have broken out.
And yet, he's not here, and there's no signs of struggle.
So, that's why I say it seems like it was successful in what it set out to do.
Aramon.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, sorry, Kashpov.
no, go on, it's fine.
Okay. Could I roll investigation to try and find any clues as to what happened here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that. That is a 16. Oh no, wait, that's parameter. Oh shit. Wrong character.
Hey, the whole Diggersons! Anyway.
The Holdigersons are back.
Okay, Lewin at this time rolls a 14.
That'll
what?
live in AC, though. Ah.
A 14?
14, yeah.
14. All right. So this is sufficient because it's really not hard to notice. There's a note on the bed What the note basically says is Gilmere knows that the armies are going to try to come for him. He isn't going to let them take him without a fight, and he is planning to kill whatever recruiter they send to him, and then go through and try to kill as many of the armies as physically possible.
Oh no.
Huh.
Oh.
I wish I could have seen that.
Yeah, I mean that was, yeah.
So he's on a suicide mission?
Basically.
That's what it sounds like.
Seems
Pretty
like
much.
it.
Apparently.
It's a noble suicide mission.
Suicide
It's
mission.
stupid, that's what it
nevertheless.
is. As Cade just kind of turns around and walks away.
Yeah. That
You sound like you've lost a few more people than you want to.
does sound like that. Yeah, you're right.
Oh. Damn it. We...
They're probably eating him right now.
Who
Not
just
much we can do.
was shot? Who was just shot?
No one was just shot. My phone fell out of. I have a stand that I put my phone on, and my phone fell off the stand.
Okay.
What's that part going?
Alright, well... Alright.
Okay, I believe we still have a mission to complete.
We do,
You
yeah.
do. You've got a bounty for Valadur, and then you've also got a small one for the clearing of Italian throat ripper nest, which is very close by.
Let's do the throat rippers. It'll be fast enough.
Hmm.
Hey, get your stuff. Hold on.
What was
What's
that?
Italian throat ripper?
Actually, Soiton,
Sounds like a bird.
you've lived here for a while. At least you did at some point.
Technically, you've technically lived
Technically.
here for a while.
You'd remember, to an extent, that Italian throat ripper is basically a four-legged death starfish with a hard armored carapace, known for crawling up things and then ripping their throats out, particularly their windpipes.
I
So
don't really
it's-
want to go to this Italian throat ripper nest. It sounds quite dangerous, honestly.
You know something we don't?
They like to rip out throats.
Well,
I
you know,
don't-
I would assume by the
Rip it out.
name.
I mean, if I don't have a throat to rip out, just send me up front.
I don't think that's going to stop you from being threatened.
If we die, it's our fault. Well,
We don't have to.
That
What was
is
the other option, Airman?
The other option was you could try and keep tracking Valadur the Heretic, but no one currently
But-
knows where he is.
I mean, we could keep trying to look for Valadur. I don't think I was going to get us very far, but we could.
There's also a small little mission to, I think, reconsecrate the Temple of Sorrows. No
That-
side quest.
That's kind of on the back. Okay, that's a little on the
Yeah.
back burner right now, and you know why.
Yes, I would say that
That's,
much like Gilmere did, that would for us be a suicide mission.
Yeah, I don't think that's a very intelligent idea right now, especially when we're trying to get the whole facility up and running.
That is true. When talking about the facility, I wonder how our items are coming along.
Yeah, let's go. We should go talk to the blacksmith.
Alright, off we go.
Okay. So you all I have to remember this blacksmith's name now.
You should have written it down.
I did write it down. I do. I remember it now. So you all head off to Darman Ironfront's blacksmithery, and the people you notice there are some people that are currently very irately looking at the blacksmith, and they kind of with grumbles you catch up on as you pass by and enter the blacksmith that Darman has been working on something all night, and he has not gone to bed. The entire
Hey.
smithy has just been on full blast.
Hey, how are you?
Ah! I see you came back. Well, he motions to a bunch of kind of half-completed projects, which you can all kind of assume are the items that you've requested. Got started on most of your things, but what I've been really working on is this, and he motions to a kind of a very still, vaguely humanoid frame with a square a hollowed out like square frame with a crystal pulsing inside of it, and it's implanted in its chest. Is a body for the thing that you gave me. It's coming along rather nicely. I decided I was gonna put a bit more into it than what you requested because I thought, why not have fun with it? It'll be a few days before everything's complete, though.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, then. We'll come by later then.
Alright.
Yeah, well, what of the weapons? The weapons are done, right?
No.
No. How much longer would you say?
Probably about a day.
Alright, okay.
Well,
Yeah, I can wait for that.
if we wanted to take on throat rippers fully equipped,
I'm
Yeah,
gonna just say this,
take
throat
the day
rippers
prepare.
are extremely fragile.
right, that makes sense.
And
Most
there
creatures
goes-
that have to trap their prey kind of typically are.
There goes Owen.
Oh, Owen's dead.
Oh, he's
Yep,
back!
they're back.
And he's gone.
Oh, he's back.
So, you guys probably wouldn't have too much of an issue taking on throat rippers. Because they're very fragile creatures. To the point where they have a hit point each.
Mm. oh, I know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
I-
the individuals we need to worry about, it's when they're in groups, clearly.
It's not that. It's their abilities and shit. Because
Oh yeah, they
I
definitely
saw him make
have
the character sheet. I know what
abilities.
we're in for.
they
I-
definitely inflict some sort of status
I
that is
swear
super
to God.
debilitating.
Crazy.
Oh.
One hit point. That's not bait.
I swear to fuck if they're like cloakers.
No, here's the thing. If you have an enemy with 1 hit point, they're either comically hard to hit, like 23 AC or something stupid like that,
Mhm.
or they do some stupid fucking thing where like they give you a level of exhaustion or something. And I'm gonna guess that since I know what since I watched you make an enemy that gives level of exhaustion out of game, I'm gonna guess that these guys have a comically high AC.
No, actually.
Oh, that scares me then.
They have a comically
Aramon?
low AC.
Hey,
Aramon?
Aramon,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna need it right now, but what is the range on Ager's Burden?
What is the range on Ager's Burden? It is the same as a standard firearm, so that'd be like 90 to 120 feet. 90 close,
Okay, cool.
120 long.
Alright, cool.
So,
Okay, thumbs up very little guys with very little HP. What you're telling me is fireball.
I mean,
I don't
it-
think so.
Okay, well, I'm a
If
monster
they are-
hunter. What should we begin?
You know what? How about this? Let's go to their nest, right? And figure out what would be the best way to attack them.
that sounds ideal.
Seems
Do we-
reasonable to me.
Do we
Never
have the
know. We
location
might,
of their nest?
you never know. We might even see someone who's wandered into their nest and see what they can do.
alright, so... the directions to the nest are to set off to the River Therm, which is a little bit up to the north from, Toghe. So you all set off to the River Therm, and once you make it to the Therm, you just kind of head upstream, and you were told that you'll eventually see it. So as you all head upstream, the forest progressively grows quieter and the canopy thicker. And in the distance, large, dark, almost spider webs can be seen hanging from trees. And as you progress towards the nest, Cade, you catch a brief stench on the wind, which kind of it reminds you of something. You can't quite place it. So as you continue... Oh, sorry, did I interrupt someone?
Super smell.
Super smell. As
It's
you...
fine, I'm the one here with the comically high passive perception.
I mean, you also smell it, but you don't know what it is. It's just awful.
Yeah.
So as you continue up the river, you all notice a strange black mold growing on the bases of trees and rocks.
No, that's unsettling.
Yeah.
And you as you progress, this mold, it's pretty scarce, but it's noticeable. And you finally see this den, or what you assume is this den up ahead. It's a large hill with a bunch of holes drilled into it. So it kind of looks like Swiss cheese, presumably by the Italian throat rippers.
Oh my god, they have like
Oh, they
Vietnam
attack.
like punji stick like pits.
Oh my fucking god. Wait, are these?
Are we
Asian?
just fighting the Vietnam War?
No, not at all.
Are we
The way
America?
we are.
They seem kind of like ants.
Trees.
Hey, I think we're fighting the Vietnam War.
I want to blast American Sun, please.
No.
We will get taken off the face.
I
of
will
fucking
mute
Spotify so
Aod.
fast.
I will mute Aod. You can play it if you want to, because Aod is muted.
I cast Orange Agent.
Would you like to enter this nest?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so...
I would also like to cast Dancing Light so I can see something.
Alright, so as you enter into the darkness, you head down, and all these tunnels slope downwards, and as you kind of go into this hollowed out, rough tunnel, a hollow clattering sounds from in front of you as a bloodied human skull rolls out of the darkness, followed by a distant, high-pitched screech.
Oh look, they decorated.
Oh,
Seems like they're
Nice.
trying a little too hard to scare us.
I think someone died.
Wow.
Yeah, probably.
That's my insight here.
Bro, no way.
This is fucked.
You want to continue?
right. I mean, not really, but do I have much of a choice?
No.
Cade just keeps going.
Alright, so, Cade, as you progress forwards, you hear a little bit of I can't, it's like, have you ever heard someone running their fingers across, like, a wood countertop? Like someone with really long fingernails going,
Sure.
Yeah.
it sounds like that. There's just glitter clattering running up running up from the tunnels, coming towards you, and they end these small, teeny tiny, absolutely minuscule creatures, which do indeed look like little four-armed death starfish with these little needle-like things hanging down from where their mouths should be, covered in an armored carapace, come scuttling out of the darkness, constantly screaming in this very high-pitched whine. I would like all of you to make me a sanity save.
Sick.
And I would like you guys
Hell
to start
yeah.
paying attention and tracking your insanity.
15.
15, alright.
So,
Insanity.
how does insanity work exactly? I know the whole like you'll go crazy thing.
So
but how do
you use your wisdom modifier, and you roll with your wisdom stat, basically.
Okay.
Alright, that's a 17.
Alright.
That's a 9.
20.
9, 20. Tibby?
I got a 7. I don't
Alright,
have
so
a modifier for
Murillo and Tibby, you are both afraid of this mass of tiny creatures.
That's how they do it.
You suffer the
okay.
fear condition and gain a point of insanity each.
Holy fuck, there's so many of them!
There are about 13 of them.
Fireball.
Precisely how small are they?
They are tiny.
Yep. Yeah.
house cat size or?
They're about the size of a snow crab.
Oh, those are. Okay, you can punt those little fuckers.
Yeah. You
How
can squish
many
them
are
beneath.
there?
There are 13.
Unless those are like babies.
Wait, how close together are they?
They're all scuttling in a little group.
Snow crabs are fucking big.
How big are they?
The question you're trying to ask is, are they all within a 20-foot
They're all within
radius
a
of each
20
other?
foot.
Yes, they are
Radius.
all within a 20-foot radius. They are
Fireball
basically falling
That's-
over each other.
That scares me. That scares me.
Okay. Should we roll for initiative before I try to do something?
Please don't use fireball.
I want to use fireball so bad.
They are currently 40 feet away. But yeah, you can all roll for initiative if you'd like to.
This is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want it. No, I don't want to yet.
I don't want
I'm sorry. I'm scared right now.
Krokagith, if you would like to cast Fireball without rolling initiative, I would like you to make me a Dex save.
Oh, well, that's it.
Yeah, Dex save.
But why?
Well, if you can beat this Dex save, then I will allow you to cast Fireball as a reaction to seeing them.
Alright, you know what? That's fine. Same Dex. I have an 11, so that's initiative for me.
Alright, that fails.
Okay. I
Are we
rolled 3 in my initiative.
So are we rolling initiative?
I assume so. I'm sorry, I rolled before asking.
Alright.
So we're all doing initiative then?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
That's a 17.
That's a 17.
19.
Wow. 19?
11.
11.
19.
Alright, so... 19... 17... Tibby?
I got a 9.
Alright.
Aramon, do you have Aeod muted?
I do.
Okay, I'm just gonna put a thingy here. No, you might want to lower the volume of this one.
Really, you're gonna be so happy. Look.
Am I now?
Yeah, you
My
are.
ears are bleeding.
Look at this.
Look at what?
Do we have a map?
We do not have a map, no.
God damn it.
No map for you! This is a 10-foot wide hallway you are in, carved into the earth. It is very straightforward. Quite
Yeah,
literally.
I'm aware.
That is initiative in the bots roll channel. So Owen, you happen to be going first against this small mass of creatures.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I doubt these things are gonna be vulnerable to Tasha's hideous laughter. That shit's just not happening.
I mean,
because it's one of your favorite spells. You know that it's powerful.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So instead, how many of them are there?
There are 13.
how many are there?
Oh, okay. I was gonna do hold person. That's not gonna work.
That
Hold
would even
person
work.
Yeah,
on
they're
them.
not
They're
humanoids.
They're not humanoid. You're right. Fuck.
No, they are
Um,
tiny beasts.
I'm curious. Hold on. Yep. Okay. I'm just. Who all is attacking them directly?
No one yet.
I mean, like on their turn, who's attacking them?
I mean, I figured I was going to. I was also
Tehran, Luna, and Kate, I assume.
I was
I
gonna
mean, I am a
look at
fighter.
Fireball.
So, Tom, what class are you?
I'm a rogue.
I'll give the frontline fighters the bonus. Sorry. Or actually, fuck it. No. Hey, you know what? Luna, shut the fuck up. I have Bane on this character as well, and I'm just never gonna use it. I'm gonna cast Bless at 2nd level to give that extra D4 to all of my party members.
Nice.
Okay. Alright, bet.
Pretty pog.
So you all have an extra D4 on everything
Okay, I'm doing this now because
Until you lose concentration.
until y'all. The dude. You know, I'll turn on the
dude,
camera.
the
I look
man.
like shit, but I'll
Oh
turn on
my
the camera.
god!
Camera
Look
session.
at him.
Camera session. Let's go. Let's do this.
Camera
Does this
set.
work?
Camera
Yeah.
session.
Do it.
Ren, nice
I
start.
have a blackboard.
Yes, we're ready. I will do it for a second.
All
I don't
right.
have a
Cool. Let's go.
camera.
Damn, that sounds like a problem for
Nor
you.
do I.
Sounds like a
I don't
problem.
have a camera.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Bless, and I think that's all I can do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I can do. I'm not getting closer to him. Fuck that. Yeah, it's my turn. Everyone has bless.
All right, Grim, it's your turn.
Alright, cool. They're, what, 40 feet away?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. That's within my movement speed. I'm gonna run up to them, and we're gonna start punching. We're gonna just, punch for each of the ones I can hit, I guess.
All right.
We're not gonna use any charges, because they're just itty-bitty things.
Don't make that assumption.
Well, yeah, but admittedly, I don't want to waste them now and have, like,
Fair
a
enough.
giant
You
one at
wanna
the
know-
end.
You want to know. You want to know.
Yeah, I want to know it's worth it, basically. Alright,
When the Jack the Ripper appears.
so
My lighting sucks. Where's my
regular
fan?
attack, basic attack, then I can spend... Yeah, okay, I'll spend 2 key points. Alright, yeah. Okay, we're gonna do a spirit mantra flurry of blows so I can make 3, so which means I can attack 5 of them.
Nice.
Okay. Alright, let's go. 1,
Thin the horde.
Thin the horde.
Alright.
That's fucking too bright.
Alright, and then we roll 5d4 to add to each one of them. Okay, so does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Then does another 22 hit?
Yes.
And another 22.
If it's above a 10, it hits.
Yes.
I
Cool,
see the
alright.
fact that they have both shit health and bad AC scares me.
It
It's
scares me too.
That
don't
tells me
worry.
they have some really threatening effect.
Yeah,
which
like ripping
I
out
would
your
assume
throat.
is. Yeah, I would assume ripping out your throat like a fuck ton of damage. You know.
Yeah, you said they
Or-
had. Yeah, I'm going to assume the damage numbers I've rolled here are overkill. 11, 10, 6, 9, and 10.
Oh yeah,
They die
5
from
of
one
them
hit.
absolutely.
Yeah,
A couple of them jump at you when you punch them out of air. They explode into bug guts and stuff, and then you proceed to pummel 2 more of them into the ground. Yeah, is that your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
Oh, did you add bless on all of those rolls?
Hunter.
Yes, I added bless on
It is
all
your
of those
turn.
rolls.
Good.
I don't
Okay,
have
don't forget you
any
have
sort
bless.
of AoE, so I'm
Just
gonna start
shoot them.
taking shots. Yeah, that's really all I can do. Fighters, am I right?
I'm gonna go grab another soda real quick.
Alright, cool.
Alright.
Imagine.
My
That's
guy
a
is just a
18.
fighter over JC.
18 to hit, dealing. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter how much damage I deal, right?
No.
Well, that's 13 first attack.
Yep.
That's a 10 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Turn to
Alright.
hit. And you do get bless anyway, even if
That
you
is
didn't.
true. Then that's 15,
That hits.
and that's a 26.
That hits.
And then that's 14.
Yeah, that hits. There is currently 1 of them left.
Definitely not worried. I'll pass my turn because I don't want to use a
Alright.
action surge for that shit.
So, the last Throat Ripper being alive, screeches. It is very angry, and it is going to run at Cade with its 60 feet of movement speed. It is going to scuttle up your body. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Bless.
Have bless.
I do have
Grim,
bless.
you're already on it. You.
I already know. Remember, I played that cleric. Everyone had bless. I had
on
to
top
remember.
of it.
You have to remind everyone they have bless.
Yes, always.
true.
The D&D rule. You
Yeah,
have to say
It's
it every
well because
time.
people forget. You forget no matter what.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, no matter what you do.
So it's a
I
12.
don't have bless, sadly.
16.
A 16? Alright, you save. You will
That's a
take
straight 4 on that left
you
dice.
will take half damage here. Let me roll the damage though.
It's gonna be like
Full
50
thing-
damage
full
already.
finger
I have.
hand.
Alright, so that is 11 piercing damage as it tries to get a good hold in your throat, but you throw it off. But, you cannot speak in any spoken languages until you are healed. You are effectively muted until you are healed.
I don't worry, I got my turn.
That would be shite for casters.
Oh yeah.
I am a caster. Now I am.
All right.
I have a focus.
Tibby, it's your turn.
My turn. I'm afraid. What does that mean?
You cannot. Okay, 1 second. You cannot move towards them. You can remake
can
the
still
sanity
attack them.
save. You can.
I can still attack them. Okay.
you can
How
still
far
attack them.
away is?
Hunter's
is
currently 5 feet away from you.
Okay. How far away are the Italian throat rippers?
The Italian throat ripper is currently on him.
It's on me.
Oh. I'm gonna hit that with my. I think I'm. Little daggers that I have.
You don't miss.
Yeah,
I
stab
don't
it.
know what those do.
Stab it.
Let me find what they do.
Stab him.
Stab it.
Stab him.
Stab
I'm going to
him.
do it. Holy shit. Okay. I stabbed the Italian throat ripper.
Okay, did you roll above a 10 to hit?
Roll it now.
I'm rolling right now, man. Calm down, bro.
No.
Give me a minute. No.
I just need you guys to.
Remember, you have bless.
I just need you guys to.
You have blessed.
speed run this
I rolled a
encounter.
19.
It's
That
19.
hits, and the last one is dead. Throat Ripper Group 1
was
is
gonna
dead.
Alright,
gonna
I still have a
fucking
bonus
say,
action.
If you did the thing, if you did the cloaker thing, I was gonna be pissed.
I have
You
no
don't know he
idea
hasn't.
what
You don't
a
know he
cloaker
hasn't.
is.
What?
It's a horrific D&D creature that has traumatized a party I've played with.
Hey, Rim, you don't know if he has.
No, I know,
don't know
because
what he's
otherwise it would still be alive.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So
No, if it was like a cloaker, it would still be alive.
you've
A cloaker that
dispatched
comes back to life.
these creatures. Would you like to continue down this corridor?
How many are left?
None of them.
They're all
They're all dead.
Oh, they're all dead? Okay, yeah.
Every single one? All of them? Every single.
All the ones that you fought.
Oh.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Are we out of
scan over
combat?
You
I
are
will.
out of combat.
I
I
will just
would like to-
scan over the bodies with my eyes.
How much damage did you take?
He took 11 piercing
Me?
damage, and he currently
took
cannot
11.
speak.
Kate's currently just kind of rubbing his throat. Be like,
I would like to cast. I'll just cast Cure Wounds, 2nd level. Hold on.
How much insanity did it take?
1.
1.
Oh.
Oh,
6.
when Murillo.
Okay. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey,
Hmm?
Can you see my ceiling light?
Yes.
Yes, we can see the ceiling light.
Okay.
what is
Alright,
my
can you
spell
see me?
sometimes?
Oh, shit. Alright. Doesn't matter.
Murillo
think-
face cam.
He heals
Yeah, no,
17. You heal full.
Coolio, thank you.
You can now.
Yeah, I
speak
just kind of
again.
walk over. I just kind of walk over and hand you another piece of salted pork jerky.
Kate just like still not trusting it, but this time maybe like a little bit, kind of licks it a little bit.
It heals
And
you.
eats it.
You can talk again.
Yeah. That's not as bad as I thought.
It's just jerky.
Yeah.
Would
By the way,
you-
I want to throw it out there. My
Okay.
character doesn't have dark vision. He has blind sight. So if he gets muted, he just can't see.
Nice. I'm glad these are the ultimate counter to you and dark places. Do you want to continue down the hallway?
Well, I can also see things that are invisible. Is the fun thing about that.
Would you like to
I'm
continue
not
down the
walking further down yet. I'm not walking further down
Okay.
until someone's willing to sacrifice themselves.
hallway? All right.
Mm.
Who is?
He's a
mean,
pragmatic
Tehran-
thinker.
Tehran just realized that that one thing that was left just ran straight past them and went for someone else. So their thought is, okay, yeah, these things don't target me then. Or if they do, or maybe... Yeah, it just seems like they didn't want to go for the guy who was like 5 feet away. But nevertheless,
What I think it is that they're going for the person that most recently attacked them.
maybe, yeah.
Because Cade was definitely the one that most recently attacked them. I wouldn't argue that he dealt the most damage. Although I wasn't paying attention, so he might have.
He did.
We got equal. I think we got equal kills.
Close enough.
Anyway, yeah. Fuck it. They definitely look dead, right?
Yeah, they are all very much dead.
Okay. Since I've got the best passive perception of everyone, I must go ahead and see if I can I'm not gonna like massively go ahead, but I'm gonna go enough ahead that I can warn people.
Alright, so as you continue down this cavern, this hole, you see more bones, more skeletons, and the black mold from the forest starts showing up in the ceilings and on the bones, and eventually, Taran, you start to hear a large commotion, which sounds like about 50 of them are screaming, accompanied by one much deeper pitched screech.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, hearing that, I return to the rest. It's like, and say, they have a queen.
against my better judgment, we should go ahead.
There's like
I really
50,
don't like
there's
very
like
strong.
there's like 50 of them.
We were here to get rid of them, clear the cave of them.
Yes.
Let's go do that.
All right. You know, if you didn't feel like soloing it, you know. Then they turn back around and start T-posing down the corridor towards them.
So,
all right.
Taran, did you tell Noah about the fact that Taran can hover a foot above the ground and T-pose down the hallway?
No, I did not. Yes, Taran can Taran can when
This
they
is
move.
my
Taran can hover a foot up to a foot above the ground and T-pose down the corridor.
It's barely useful.
So-
Like,
Barely
okay.
useful, but it's the best thing
So
ever.
you're telling me that this is the motherfucker I pray to?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well,
not actually.
Not actually.
Okay, good, because
Kind of.
because if so, his arc's be a crisis of faith. Okay, like
We'll have
like,
another-
what the fuck?
we'll have
Why is
another
my-
faithless
Why
in
is
the-
my
in the
god T-posing down a hallway, and why is he hitting fat dubs? Like, it's not holy. There's no peace in that. There's no peace.
I cannot wait for my character to meet yours, because if yours is like a paladin of Tehran, that makes this a million times
Oh,
better.
no, that's exactly what his character is.
Goddamn right he is.
So, do you want to enter the center of this nest?
Yes.
All right. So,
Yeah.
you enter the center of this nest. It's a very large room. It's about 120 foot circle, with a very tall ceiling. And there are about 5 groups of 10 of these throat rippers currently scurrying all over the floor in this room. And there is a much larger one. It isn't that big. It's about 5 feet wide. It's a medium creature, but it is just a much larger one. And it is currently sitting on top of what appears to be a clutch of eggs.
Yeah, it's definitely the queen.
And it
I
Now,
would
that's
be
why
surprised
we
if it
throw
wasn't.
Fireball, so we can at least kill the next generation. That's the goal.
can.
That is, oh shit, you right.
That's
Hold on.
awful.
That's a good way to think about it.
I'm a forward thinker. I am ahead of the game.
Would you all like to
I
roll
will-
the initiative?
If I can't kill you now, I will kill you later.
I can absolutely roll initiative.
All right.
It's gonna be a
Hey,
14.
Bless, right?
It's a 3.
Bless doesn't affect initiative.
No, it doesn't.
It's a 3. All right.
14.
14.
Oh, I got 14 too.
All right.
15.
Grim, I'm assuming yours is higher than.
Yes, most definitely.
All right.
10.
10? All right. Tibby, guess what? You're going before the throat rippers. Yes.
I have no idea how happy I am.
Hit me out. Fireball. Anyway.
Murillo is going last
Nice.
Still feel that
with a 3.
Fireball's a bad idea.
Why?
Maybe, but also, you know,
That
you
is
don't
the
know.
initiative
I mean,
order?
Lightning bolt?
Lightning bolt, I think. Yeah, that could work.
So, Owen, it is first your turn.
Depends what our resident caster has.
To kind of recap,
15. How the
it
fuck
is-
is it my turn?
it is 120-foot, kind of wide, large circular room with the Mother Talon Throat Ripper in the center of the room, and then 5 groups of 10 kind of scuttling around everywhere. You rolled a 15 and everyone else rolled below a 15, that's why it's your turn.
Jesus. Okay,
Ah,
I mean... I don't...
You can hold an action to do something if you don't want to do something now.
I don't know what I want to hold an action for either.
you could just take the dodge action or something.
You know what?
Do you have your crossbow?
Oh, Acid Splash.
Didn't I give you a
fair
gun?
enough.
They actually have a
You
gun.
did give me a gun. I
do
can't really
have-
make good use of it.
A 1d10
Yeah, you don't have
magical
to
cold
use
damage
it.
gun.
Again, like I said, I can't make good use of it because I don't have abilities that benefit range damage. At 10th level, I can use my abilities to infect people at range with ranged weapons.
In that
My
case, that's 2 more levels away, so...
Yeah, which is why I'm gonna wait till level 10 before I start multiclassing.
That makes sense.
Oh, find something.
So I'm gonna Acid Splash the big guy.
Okay.
I'm Acid Splashing the big guy.
Yes, Acid Splash the Mother Talon Throat Ripper. I'm assuming I need
Yeah.
to make a dex save?
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
Alright. That's a 13.
That does not save.
Alright, cool.
That is...
Dabblage.
That's a fat 3 acid dabblage.
3 acid dabblage. Alright.
He's taking 3 rats worth of health.
I mean, that's still 3 rats.
3 rats is 3 rats.
3 rats is math.
Hear me out,
is
hear me
math.
out. Hear me out, right? We could just take out this whole dungeon with like a horde of rats.
You could.
We could have done that. If we had the ability to do that, we could
But
have done that.
they also
we
do
probably-
1d4
Only we have
piercing
the
damage.
druid. Well,
So,
maybe
do they
we
have
can
resistance?
overpower
Wait, do they
them.
have resistance to acid damage?
They do not have resistance to acid damage.
Do they have resistance to fire damage?
They do not have resistance to fire damage.
Alright, I don't like the way that you emphasized fire, though. Yeah, I just
I'm
don't like
assuming
you
that
saying
I
things.
honestly think the hive is flammable. I think that's the thing.
Shoot, I kind of want
That's
to
a
try it now.
possibility. I mean, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to recommend against it.
I
So
mean,
my-
I don't have anything that can cause a fire unless it's like shooting the wall.
You know who does? You know who does?
Our cast, one of our
Morello.
casters.
Morello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, bitches.
Alright, so is that your turn, Owen?
Yes, that's my turn.
Alright, Grim.
Alright, so you said that there's 5 groups of 10,
There
right?
are 5 groups of 10 arranged in kind of a star pattern. So, like, if you're
Okay.
here,
Oh my
there are
God.
2 here, and 1 there.
Oh my god, it's like they're a star.
Just so we don't get swarmed, I'm going to go after one of the groups of 10,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do some punches.
Alright, punch them.
Yeah, we're gonna get we're gonna do a spirit mantra flurry of blows, and I am gonna use only 1 bracelet charge.
Okay.
Alright, so let's do these attacks.
Murillo is currently, like... Murillo, is it
He's an
cold
assassino.
where you live currently?
He's an assassino.
7
No?
damage.
Oh, I'm a what now?
You're an assassino.
What did you just fucking call me?
Assassin, you fuck.
Yeah, okay.
My god.
I thought you guys said to get the robes and the hoods. I got one.
Oh! Wait, hold on.
There we go.
I don't have very many blankets down here.
Everybody put on your robes.
It's summer right now, although today is particularly cool.
Yeah, hell no, I'm not putting on any more layers than I have to.
Alright, yes. Welcome to the cult.
Welcome to the cold. Yeah, I just.
Okay, so yeah, that's all 7 of those attacks hit. So I'm just gonna say that 7 of them dead.
Yeah, 7 of them have died, being brutally murdered by your absolute decimation of them. I did roll initiative for all 5 of the groups as one, so take that how you will. So group 1 currently has 3 left, and is that your turn?
Nothing else I can do, so yeah.
All right, Hunter, would you like to shoot them?
I'm gonna go for the. I might.
Yeah. I mean, if we can take them group by group, right? We can make sure we can thin out stuff around while we have like the caster focus the big one, do the big damage.
But my thing is also I'm very single targeted.
That makes sense.
So I could go for the big one and leave the caster who might have more AoE than I do.
Yeah, good idea actually. Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, Cade's gonna go for the
Promise
big.
that the caster goes after they attack.
That is true.
All right.
I'm just gonna go for the big bad. First off, bonus action, Hexblade's Curse.
Cool.
And I'll start taking my attacks. So first attack is.
I like to believe that Sam is in the forest, just like crisscrossed, eating a giant like BLT sandwich just by himself. Just
We can
happily
say
content.
yes, he is currently. We will not
That's
say
exactly what's
what
happening.
he has just finished doing, but he is doing
We're just
that.
having like a random cut to Sam just.
Yeah, we cut to this
And
man
back to the action.
in shining
What's his-
white and
what's his
silver armor. This human.
And the sandwich is delicious.
What race
I
is he?
hope nothing bad's happening. Cut.
got back to the party.
Oh boy, the wind sure does sound like horror screams.
Oh boy, it sure does smell like violence today.
I love that.
Violence and beans. Nothing beans.
Would you like to try and hit the Mother Italian throat ripper? Just tell me
Yes,
what you roll.
19. Wait, do I still have bless?
Yes,
Yes.
unless it's
That is
been more.
solid.
Has it been more than a minute? Actually,
It'll
Can
be
we say
coming
no?
up on a minute pretty soon, but right now, no.
how many rounds? How many rounds?
All right.
The end of this round.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Okay. You guys
I
have
mean, it's
bless.
whatever. It helps.
I'll recast bless.
Yeah. So it's a 21.
That hits.
Make a strength save.
Make a strength save. Oh boy, I am bad at those.
I'd imagine that these like, fucking.
That's a 7.
That's fails. It's prone.
Me and Marlo are prepared.
All right. Damage then. That's a 2. 7.
2
Where's the
damage?
D8, right? Yeah. No, 7, 8, 9
Oh.
damage with that first attack.
9
Wait,
damage.
sorry. 13. Or,
Oh.
sorry, 12. Fuck, I can't do math. 12.
Alright, yeah.
Do math. Do math, gooder.
12. That is the
Yes.
final number.
Yes, okay.
12. Okay. Second attack.
Yeah,
That's a 19, so that's
Alright.
a crit.
yeah.
2d12.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 12 and a 1. 13,
Yep.
18, 9, 21 damage.
It's dead. It had
Nice.
33 hit points. It's dead. But as you fan fire into this creature, all of the Italian throat rippers kind of freeze their hectic scuttling, and they don't have any eyes, but they all seem to turn towards their now dead mother. Then they all kind of turn back towards Cade.
Fuck.
And they begin screaming very loudly. I like all of you to make me a constitution save as the feature "You just killed my mother" kicks in.
What?
What? What save?
Constitution.
Oh,
That's
okay.
an 11.
11?
We all have bless though. We all have bless.
That is with bless. I rolled a 3.
I don't have blood.
That is a save.
That's a 20.
That is a save.
Slowly but surely, we're turning this party into the Dirty Dozen.
I got a
We've got-
23.
We've got 3.
21.
21.
I don't
actually
get blessed
got-
either. I don't get
I
blessed.
actually got a
'cause I use
22.
myself.
I mean, did you not cast
Alright.
Bless on yourself?
I cast it at 3rd level, meaning that it could be cast on 4 people. I cast on everyone but myself.
Anyone
Wait,
who
third level's 5 people.
Bless is default 3 people. It's a 2nd level spell.
No, Bless is a first level spell.
I cast it at 2nd level. I apologize.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, anyone who rolled below a 15 is deafened.
I cannot see.
Ah.
I am blind as well as
Okay,
as
well,
deafened.
You suffer the
Literally
blinded
this
condition.
I can't see. My blind sight requires me to be able to hear myself.
Tibetan, it is your turn as all of these creatures begin screaming furiously.
No, wait, it's my turn.
It's
oh
your
my
turn.
God.
Lower
Ooh.
up!
I'm so excited. I don't have any magic apple roped. What can I do?
How many are there?
There are 50.
Fuck.
Separated into
No,
groups of 10.
there are 43. Because 7 of
Separated
them
into
have
groups of
died.
10 and one group of 3.
Yes.
Guys, just for further reminder, the word of the day is.
Yay.
Yes, it's on the board there.
You know, I use this blackboard for like actual brainstorming.
Me?
Too.
Hey, that's me.
Anymore.
You have me on
Hey.
that board.
That's me. No, I don't have me on that board right now. Hold on. No, see, that's not what that would look like.
Am I? Do I still have the fear effect on me?
No.
Okay. Is anybody within
Hey, so
5
what
feet of one of them?
Technically Toron is within 5 feet of 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do
good.
not have to sneak attack these things, my man. They have 1 hit point
It gives
each.
me. It lets me do other things if I sneak attack them because of my archetype.
What is your archetype?
Of the Phantom.
Oh, yeah, that's smart. Actually, that is smart. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because, you know.
Yeah, I've read up
Ghost
on that
boy.
archetype before. I like it.
Alright.
I'm going to attack one of the 3 that is within the radius of whoever.
Yeah, within 5 feet of Toron.
Owen, cast fuck you. I fuck you. I cast Bane.
Oh,
No. Actually, no, that's funnier. That's funnier than what I was gonna write.
that's a natural 1.
Yeah, you do not hit it. Roll me a D100.
This chalk is too short.
9.
I'd like to say it's perfectly average.
9.
Anyway,
You-
You want to talk about it? Has a good
You wanna talk about
personality.
One
It has a
second.
good personality.
It has a good personality. Okay.
just got these daggers.
I'm gonna kill
Wait,
all
they're
of them.
ethereal.
Oh.
I can't even.
Okay, a 9?
Camera and
Where's the... There we go. Weapon attack fumbles. Alright, so... you lose your combat footing, exposing yourself to your enemies. All 43 of the Italian throat rippers have advantage on you next round.
My God!
I'm
It's
going
so
to
fun.
attack that one Italian throw ripper with my bonus action.
Okay, yeah.
A 13.
That hits.
Hold
That hits.
Alright.
You get to
Sneak
do your
attack.
thing.
Now I get sneak attack, so roll. Or
Yeah, and you deal half that damage to an
Yeah,
adjacent.
he's morbing.
Adam?
He morbed on them.
He morbed.
Alright, what's my sneak attack damage dice?
I'm gonna be
You're a
completely honest.
D8.
I'm gonna
You're-
just
you're
say you
eight-
killed
you're-
two
I have
of
46.
them.
Well, yeah, you kill 2 of them. You just kill 2 of them. Like, there's no point.
2 of
rolling,
them are
you
just
kill 2.
dead.
Yeah, damage doesn't matter.
Sick. 2 of them are dead.
Hey, but it's fun to roll damage.
It is
And,
fun to roll
what-
damage.
It is
think I can do
fun, but
something,
like,
actually.
Well, you
Proceeds.
use your
Nothing
action
to
and
go up
your
and make me
bonus
happy.
action.
Can I do this?
All you have left is movement.
Yep.
Unless you're planning
Um,
to use that weird soul token thing.
Alright, I just gotta wait until I'm... Alright, that's my turn.
Yep. Okay, so guess whose turn it is?
No, man.
Whose turn
Bad
is it?
It's the throat ripper's turn, and they are not currently angry at Cade. They are currently angry at our dear friend Soitong.
Oh
Uh,
boy!
So they are all going to 21 of them that can feasibly reach Zoitong with 60 feet of movement speed are going to run at him.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying.
Okay, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I need you to make me a
D20s.
Hey, as soon as one of them hits me, I use Wraps of Liquid Shadow.
Where do you
I'm
teleport
sorry,
to?
what?
I teleport as far away as I possibly can from these lot.
Alright, that
I'm
would put
guessing
you within
mean
attack.
down the corridor.
Okay, yeah, so
down the corridor.
I need you to make a dexterity save with disadvantage as a group of 10 washes over you.
I did it.
Hey.
Hey, Ramon.
My deck.
They're
I
like
saw.
cartoon piranhas, dude. The second they envelop all of you, you're just gonna be turned into a skeleton instantly.
Man, I love the sound of
I-
violence on the
I got
wind.
that. Oh, I have to
Imagine having a
roll.
Imagine having a skeleton.
No, that's disadvantage,
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's 15?
got a 17.
Imagine getting hit.
Bless is still, 17? Alright, well, you're going to take half damage here.
Sick. And then I am going to use my thingy thing that lets me just not take any damage.
Alright, so
Your
you
thingy
take
thing?
30 piercing
Sorry,
damage
your
from
what?
the first group.
It's a rogue thing. It's called,
I get it.
Yeah, Uncanny
When
Dodge,
you make
I
a
think.
dex save,
No, it's
yeah.
evasion, it's evasion, yeah.
Wait, you're not 9th
I-
level, you don't have evasion. It's uncanny.
Yeah, I
dodge,
do.
so take half
Level.
damage.
Evasion is a 7th level thing.
Is it not? Is it?
Yeah.
You sure? Or is it?
Yeah. I take no damage. Thank you.
You probably are right. Yeah, you are right. I'm just being stupid.
Okay,
No, it's
cool.
9th level for. Wait, no, it isn't 9th level from. I'm just being dumb. Where did I get 9th level from?
I have no idea.
Alright.
Anyways, I take no damage. Fuck you. Kindly.
Don't tempt him.
Fuck you.
Don't tempt him.
Okay. So that is 2 of the group's turn. The other 2 groups are going to move 60 feet around the currently desolate pile of eggs so that they can be within attacking range of all of you next turn. Krokagith. Wait, you said you teleported away? Into the corridor,
Me?
I'm assuming? Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, yes. You do that. Krokagith, I'm assuming that...
Man, Crocker Gift is bad.
Krokagith is here in spirit. Luna, Murillo, I'm assuming you're gonna want to
Yeah,
cast
sure.
Fireball.
Depends. How many and where?
You can catch 20 of them in a Fireball without hitting anyone else.
That's.
Dude, just hit the tiefling.
You could hit 21 then.
Oh fuck, never mind.
That's not. There's no point then.
Yeah, that's just wasted. That's unnecessary damage.
A fireball is a 20-foot radius, yeah?
Yes.
Ice Storm is also a 20-foot radius.
Ah! I like the way you think.
And it creates difficult terrain
And cold
And-
damage.
and cold damage, but it doesn't set fire to things. So would you guys prefer big explosion or just way more damage?
Just the cold. Just
big
do the
ex-
cold. Do the cold.
No, it's big. No, but it doesn't matter how much damage we deal to them.
I
Yes,
will.
as
but
long
this
as they
one has
die.
less chance of setting shit on fire.
We're in a cape, right?
You are in a cave.
Yes, but we don't know if any of the surrounding bits are like created like how like other hives are made, where sometimes it's flammable. We don't know. We don't want to get trapped in a burning room, you know?
Is it
We
not,
have a way out.
is it not 1 damage equals 1 dead throat ripper?
Yes, 1 damage equals 1 dead throat ripper.
So more damage does matter.
Yes. As long as you... Even if I do succeed the dex save, all of the ones that you hit are going to die automatically.
Dex save doesn't matter because they have 1 HP.
They have
It
You
one
just
doesn't
need
matter.
you just need to hit them.
Okay.
So I think a bigger
Wait.
area is more important then.
Do you
Yeah,
have
bigger area is
Moonbeam?
more important.
Do I have what? I have
You have
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Use
Yes.
Moonbeam. That's better for this scenario.
Not in a full moon though. I need to be on my full moon form to be able to do it.
Right.
I could change my moon phase, but it would cost resources, so I think I'm gonna do it anyway. I have a better bonus action. So I use one sorcery point to change my lunar phase from new moon to full moon,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast Moonbeam without wasting any spell slots.
Cool. I'm just gonna mark.
Uh,
Are you casting this on the 21 or the 20? If you cast
wait,
it on
where
the
did you
20, you can get the net. You can get the eggs in the radius. But if you cast it on the 21, you cannot. So.
wait, I'm sorry. Why did you guys tell me to use Moonbeam again?
Because you can move it around the map, just dragging it across groups of enemies.
So it'll be technically better damage over time. You'll be
Okay,
able
sure.
to kill more of them.
I shall do it.
In general.
Because it's a 5-foot radius, which means a 10-foot diameter, and it just moves. You can just move it.
10. You can only get one of those at a time then.
But here's the thing about it. You can put it on one, then move it to another.
And get everything in between.
It has a 60-foot movement.
But
so
if you use Fireball, you can get the eggs.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I want to cast it on one group, move it to the egg, send to the other group, just to be good.
If
You
it
just
is
save
60 feet of
line
movement,
through
right?
them.
You can
Yes.
kill all of them with this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Do that.
overtime do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do that then. Do that.
The save literally does not matter
No, save doesn't matter. They all die.
You deal
Unless
damage
they're-
to them no matter what.
unless there's a shape changer somewhere around there.
No.
Okay, so doesn't matter.
They are all dead. You do still have a pile of eggs in the middle of the room.
We're out of combat. Fireball.
Well, isn't the big one still alive?
No, it's dead.
Long
Cool.
dead. Just
Yeah, so the eggs destroy them.
Built is still currently deaf.
Yeah, I can't see what's happening. I can see the moonbeam. I can see that because that's light. That has light.
Yeah, there's
That's
light, so you can actually see.
I can see the moonbeam and like a small amount surrounding it. I can't like actually see.
meltdown with sudden light.
Built
Okay,
is built
okay,
is kind of
random.
on the floor.
Okay, is this just till you're healed?
Yes.
Alright.
Or in,
One
yes,
of your
yes.
concoctions, are they a healing thing?
I have not made any tinctures yet.
Shit.
It would take a minute to prepare one, and I would argue that I probably need sight to be able to properly mix them.
In that case, I'm just going to pick you up and just carry you out.
Okay. Built has sat down on the floor because he realizes that he's unsafe moving, so he's not going to move.
Would you like to fireball this clutch of eggs?
I would like to just move the moonbeam to it. I don't want to waste
I
more
don't think
spell
that the moonbeam is going to kill eggs.
Yeah, the moonbeam
Wait,
doesn't.
it's
seem to do
it's
anything.
radiant.
It's
damn it.
radiant fire.
It burns them.
Oh,
It's
radiant
no,
fire?
it's radiant
It's
light.
totally fire from
It's
the
radiant
sky.
It is
light.
described as ghostly flames that cause searing pain, but I think,
Okay.
yeah, it wouldn't destroy them.
And the feature that actually gives me moonbeam is called literally moonfire.
Okay, well, yeah. The eggs kind of explode as they're heated up by this ghostly fire, and these tiny, half-developed dead throat rippers fall out of them onto the floor with a bunch of slime. It's pretty gross. It smells really bad.
Ooh, is that the smell of dead throat rippers? Oh, the sandwich is really good, but like that smell, you know?
Yeah, you just,
Wait,
yeah.
No, we cut back to
Ron's just
Sam.
holding you, like, under his arm. It's like, do you need any of those for your weird drink things?
Oh! Alright. Oh,
what?
another sandwich.
Wait, any of what?
The dead children.
He can't. Actually, no, he can't hear you.
That dead heretic I smell.
Taran doesn't
Fantastic.
know this. They're still asking you.
Ron, Built is. I mean, in his dot eyes, you can see worry and concern, but he's not responding.
Taran takes your silence as a yes. He grabs, like, one of whatever you used to gather stuff. and
Oh,
sticks like 3 of the dead things in it and then puts it back in your bag and keeps carrying you.
Alright, would you
I-
like to go out?
Well,
yeah,
we-
I mean,
since they're dead, you know,
Yeah.
like,
might as well.
Should we take like the head of the big one as proof of?
It doesn't
I
have a head.
mean, it doesn't have it. Take one of its ambulatory limbs.
Take like one of its limbs, I guess. Yeah.
You take its leg, yeah.
Ooh.
Where did Noah? Oh, there he is.
He's
Hello.
back.
Hey!
Welcome back. You're muted.
You're muted. We can't
You're
hear
muted.
you. We can't.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
Took a sec.
I was gonna say that like it's small enough. Just take the entire damn thing.
Well, we want to take like
It's
the
average
big one.
size.
We want to prove that we killed
Yeah,
the big one.
Take the entire thing and then just plop it on the counter of the dude who gave it.
How big
gave
is
it
the big
weapons.
one?
It's
There you go.
it's
Medium
a
size.
5 foot radius. It's a medium creature.
So
That's
I think
large.
the wraith
It's
person
big,
can still
it's
take him. How big's our wraith
horrible.
person?
I'm
7
7
feet
foot
tall.
5.
He's carrying built right now.
I am carrying built right now.
Fuck.
Yes.
Who's the next biggest person
I am
here?
also not
Ew.
the strongest one here.
Yeah,
Strength
he's not strong necessarily. He's a monk. He doesn't need to have good strength.
I mean, we move this along, you'll be
Just-
getting Sam pretty soon.
Just
so-
cut off a leg. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Just
go.
cut off a limb.
Yeah,
it's-
like,
If you really
Yeah.
need it, I'll just drag it
Cut
along
something.
the floor.
Alright. As we leave, do we smell a sandwich in the air?
You don't smell a sandwich, but as you leave,
Tomato falls down a ladder.
I'm going to assume, Bill, you use one of your tinctures to heal yourself, get your carry
No.
back. No?
He doesn't know what's happening, and he's going to stay perfectly still until he knows what's happening.
Alright.
What is his
well,
reaction
Well,
getting
once
picked
you're
up by the
outside,
wraith?
you can then
He
see.
is concerned, to say the least, because he doesn't. I mean, I assume he can feel that it's a wraith that picked him up.
Yes. Well, you're outside now, and it's bright.
Oh, he's
So-
outside, then he can see, and he's like,
Yeah.
he's looking around. He wasn't concerned when Taran picked him up because he could feel that it's Taran.
Yes, Turon with the half incorporeal cold.
He could feel he
Yes.
could feel.
Feel.
But he's outside and he's just like, he's like looking around, like realizing that, oh, I can't hear things. He didn't know whether the problem was that he couldn't hear or that he couldn't speak.
Well, now he knows.
But you
Now he
know-
knows.
So I'm guessing he heals himself.
Yeah, he's gonna heal himself now.
All right. So you heal yourself. You can hear again, and
Uh,
you will exit after a short
Another-
rest. What are all of you guys' passive perception?
25.
All right,
Jesus.
Taran, you notice out of the very back corner of your peripherals a tall man in a pure white cloak wearing a white mask staring at the party, and he walks behind a tree.
Yeah, I just turn around,
Hey,
look at them,
guys.
it's like... How do you expect to hide behind a tree when you're bright white?
what?
No,
Hey,
have you
Tara.
ever seen those movies where people just walk behind a tree and vanish?
Yes.
Like
it's
that.
it's a very large tree, and this he's pretty far out in the forest. He just walks behind a tree. You can't see
Yeah,
him.
hey.
He might just be
Okay, in
standing
that
behind
case,
it.
Taran
Hey,
just says,
Taran. Before we continue, what did you put in my bag?
I literally picked up like 3 of the dead things that came out of the eggs that were like fried by the ghostly flames. I put them all in like a pouch and just stuck that in your bag.
What did you? What? In characters,
my
like
bag
what did
calamari?
you? What did you put in my bag?
Children. And they walk off towards Sam.
No,
He
this
just
isn't
looks at you like
Sam
bug-eyed.
yet.
He
I mean,
just
would
looks at you.
you like to follow this
fucking-
figure in the white cloak?
Yeah, Bill just kind of shakes his head, continues on.
I'm advancing at my movement speed of 45 feet straight towards them.
So you advance, and this dude in the white cloak is he just always seems to be ahead of you for some reason. You can never catch up to him. He's always vanishing behind trees. And as you
Hey, can I cast Hold Person on him?
you can try.
I'm gonna try and cast Hold Person.
All right, that's a wisdom save.
Yes.
Let me find this.
That's my
badge.
last
This
second level
guy.
slot.
Wisdom. Let me double check this. Yep. That's a 26.
That saves.
Yeah, you try, it is rebuffed, and you fail. But as...
Yeah, basically what it looks like is he just kind of takes out like this thin dart-like vial and just... It's... So, you know what a Tanglefoot bag is?
Yes.
It's that, but it's a dart
Okay.
instead of a bag.
I play an alchemist artificer, so
Oh, then yes, you know exactly what it is.
yeah,
Basically,
I
it's
love
a bag.
I love
It's-
chemical shit.
It's a brown leather bag, and when it hits the ground, these like tendrils, clay like mercury, some sort of like malleable metal or material just around the legs.
So you throw it at him, and he kind of just knocks it down to the side and then vanishes again. But as you chase this figure deeper into the forest, you start to see bodies on the ground. These desecrated, almost corpses, and you recognize them as bodies of not just fairly formidable creatures of the armies of terror. And as you progress, they grow greater in number and frequency, and they've all just been brutally dispatched in one way or the other. There are some that have just had this massive handprint burned into their flesh, like some type of holy fire has been cast upon them. One has had his its head completely caved into its skull, like that one finisher from Doom Eternal. And then you start to hear this rhythmic thudding, and you come across a small clearing where you see this man, absolutely massive in armor that has been covered in this faded black blood, rhythmically pounding a crowned vanguard of the armies of terror, its skull into a tree. Noah, would you like to introduce Sam?
Upon you see a tall, very, very tall, 6'5" man
so really
in
short then.
gigantic, hulking silver armor. On his back is a tower shield almost as big as him. You notice the hand he is using to slam the creature's head is. You can hear this, you can smell this sickly smell of burnt flesh. And the gauntlet he is using is his right arm. The entire gauntlet is pure golden. And as he slams it, he finally just relinquish yourself and accept Haran's light, and just lets him fall.
Huh, I didn't know I had light.
And as he turns, you can see that he is drenched from head to toe in blood, this black viscous blood, and on his chest is a key-like symbol. In fact, you can see that symbol on his tower shield, on his chest, on both his gauntlets, and on the bottom parts of his legged armor. And he has a helmet covering his face. Slowly, I'm going to exit out of this. Slowly, he slides off that helmet, and surprisingly, you're not met by a stern look of power or a veteran. You are looking in the eyes of a man who looks caring. His demeanor is very soft. See if I can find... If I literally just saved it!
You just did this, man.
I know! Of course. Second, I literally did this just so I could... Alright, well...
You have a headshot of it.
I know I do! I'm trying to find the fucking picture! It's not... I need to take another screenshot. Fantastic.
Sounds about right.
Fantastic.
Yo, guys,
Come
if
on.
you dye the grass, does the grass die, or is the grass already died?
What?
But
Yes.
Check my status.
Oh, banana.
Alright, you're gonna
No,
see
my
your...
status, not my about me, you fuck.
I'm sorry. Didn't know there was a difference.
You don't
Alright, so
have
check in the general.
Alright.
Nice.
Wow.
Why is Iode there?
Greetings, my friends! Don't you know there's monsters about?
Yes.
Yeah, we, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
We just kind of
Obviously a
killed
trick
it.
question.
yeah.
Obviously a trick question. I can tell by the looks of yourselves, you look quite capable, is the word I'm looking for. Oh, where are my manners? He places down his helmet and he does a sort of theatrical bow. My name is Samuel Lionheart the Fourth.
Oh, Tehran just raises like one hand like and just does a little like this. It's like I'm Tehran.
Okay. I happen to be a Forge Guardian for the Church of Tehran, so hey, Shanae.
There's a Church of Tehran.
Yes, there is.
I
This is the symbol I wear.
Saran,
Yes.
were you not aware that like you shared an? Okay,
I just
Hold on.
heard
Yes,
the name and it
the-
sounded cool, so I
the
called myself,
loving and
but I
very
don't
caring
appear to
God
be
of peace. Loving and caring God of peace.
Oh, cool. I guess I'm a god of peace now.
Oh, no offense, but I do not hang my head for you, good sir, but you do seem like a kind fellow. And his eyes slowly pan over, and he notices the plague doctor. And he quickly approaches him and goes, he grabs you by both
I
shoulders.
want
goes,
to throw it out there. He
"Another
doesn't.
plague
He's not
doctor,
wearing
it's
the.
fantastic to see you. I met one of your kind in Sephiroth about
I want to throw it
east
out
of
there.
here."
He's not wearing the whole like bird beak thing.
Well, I know, but
He does.
goes,
He does
I-
have one, but it doesn't really fit him.
I met one of your kind in Sephiroth about east of here about 2 weeks ago. His name was what was it? Oh, Ezekiel. That was his name.
One of my kind in the
was-
sense that he practiced doctoring.
Yes, he helped me out. Basically, a massive horde of monsters just went through a village, and a lot of people were sick and very ill. And you and him, Ezekiel, and a couple others helped me, kill the townsfolk. It was fantastic to see you here. So, is there anybody in the lineup that would catch Sam's eye?
Well, for one, the Void
Actually,
Wraith.
There is a void wraith.
This is a good point for me to learn. What does everybody look like?
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, and if you go to General, that
I
is
saw the
Tehran.
Yeah.
Tehran is literally like their skin is pure black, except for like lines of purple that run just randomly surge through it, and it's almost like you can see a little bit through them. Their clothes, they're definitely there. Those aren't a part of them. Those are obviously clothes. But anything else is just sort of, it's passing through, and the hair wisps from like side to side. You can barely call it hair.
So yeah, the art of built that's in there, built it's not wholly accurate. So built, the head is perfectly accurate. Everything about that is correct. But his plague doctor's cloak cuts off at the sleeves, cut off at the elbows to let his wings flourish because they go from his wrist to his elbow.
How tall is he?
What?
How tall is he?
I think we said 3'4" or something to that extent.
He's a pocket-sized prince.
Yeah, Satchel Sage.
Yes.
He has canonically been in Tehran's backpack.
Yes.
Multiple
Well-
times.
And here's the
he
deal.
also- he's got-
You visibly look up at Sam, and it's just like, I also mentioned this. You all can get this sort of like glow about him, that he is just this emanating essence of just. I guess I can only basically describe him as you can all get this sense that he's a symbol, that he's a part of a group that actively is sort of revered. You've heard a lot about paladins and clerics, and I imagine you've read stories of the knight riding in and saving
I
the
have
princess
read
on the white
absolutely
steed.
no stories.
Tehran is completely new to this world.
Built has read stories and thinks they're all bullshit.
Cade used to know
Well,
cleric.
guess what? You're looking at one.
Yeah.
No, I'm well aware.
You're
Cade is
looking at the
just
stereotype.
sad.
Tehran is looking down at the stereotype.
Yes. Oh wait, how tall is he?
7'5", my friend.
Nice. And he goes. And what are you?
Theoretically, couldn't he theoretically be any height he really wanted
I
to be?
could theoretically be 9 foot if I
He
wanted
just
to.
chooses to be big. Like
It
so he
chooses
goes,
to be this tall.
And who exactly are you?
I
No,
said
I'm
this
ta-
like
ta- ta-
five-
talking to Tehran.
yeah, I said this like 5 seconds ago. I'm Tehran.
Well, I know this, but who is Turan? I know who my Turan is, but who is the Turan standing before me?
I suppose I punch people. I don't really have a truly solid form, so I'm trying to fix that.
Really?
I've done my best. I've done my best to try and help with that, and it's not going well. I'll tell you that much.
It's true.
So-
They tried everything. It doesn't work.
What can I get from like? Can I roll Arcana to see what he is?
Oh, yeah, you could.
Like, is there any way I can help? Because I do have magic, but it's not like the kind.
The fact
That-
is, Tehran doesn't even know what they are.
Yeah, Tehran. Here's the thing.
Well,
Tehran has been informed.
I did put down that Forge Guardians are very adept in the language of their enemies, which is anything unholy.
Tehran has definitely been informed by Built that he is a Void Wraith. He doesn't know what that means. It doesn't mean he knows what it means.
He doesn't know what the
Oh,
fuck
okay,
it
so
means.
I
He
probably
doesn't
would
know
know what he is, like
Yeah.
a Void Wraith.
Yeah, so...
Oh no, he knows that much. He knows that
Void
much. He
Wraith
doesn't know what that
is-
really means.
A Void Wraith is the product of someone's soul being forcibly split apart by a powerful mage or some other powerful magical entity. And they often manifest, multiple of the same soul will often manifest within the void and sometimes make their way up to the material plane of Ilvicta. The only way to fix a Void Wraith's condition would be to go to the void and find all of the other, however many shards of them exist.
Now, here's the deal. I can help you. But it's a tricky little thing. Basically, we have to delve into hell. Now, granted, I would love to do so, because there are a lot of things I wish to keep from the mortal plane. But I'm not that stupid, or at least my mother says so. So, I say we try our hardest to find those shards over time. If I can, I will actively try and make sure that Tehran is rebuilt. And he gently just nudges your shoulder, and he looks at the sorcerer, or is it sorcerer or sorceress?
This is gonna be
Sorcerers, indeed.
Sorceress,
It's gonna be
and he
fun.
and you see this giant smile come over his face, puts his arms on his shoulders, goes, "And you, miss?" And he puts his hands just a little bow.
Luna looks at the shining light of the church, doing a bow. She just
Ooh, it's gonna go well.
looks him up,
5
looks
out of
him
10.
up. She does not have pupils. Her eyes are completely bright white. But if she
Ooh.
had them, she would be rolling her eyes.
And he just goes, Samuel Lionheart, pleased to meet you. And he holds out his golden hand.
Oh wait, golden hand in what sense?
Oh, like you notice that his armor looks all the same, like it's part of the same set, but you notice that his right arm gauntlet appears a lot more ornate and is made of a sort of golden material with sort of streaks of silver in between, and has a silver Tehran symbol in the back of the forearm. It looks very expensive. But again, it completely jumps out at you because like the fingers of it are like sharpened. It looks like a bad guy would wear this, but it has the mark of Tehran. It's a strange thing. And his tower shield, you can see multiple small, what appears to be like gem-like runes on the rim of it. And again, he just happily extends out his golden hand for you to shake.
She does not touch his hand, she says, Luna.
It's happy to meet you. And he just... And you can tell that even though you did that, his spirit did not waver. He just goes, "Oh, well, fantastic to meet you, Luna." You know, I was gonna ask, who is the fine leader of this posse?
Oh, that one. And I point to Cade.
Cade's just standing in the back, not even looking at you guys. He's just kind of rustling around in his pockets.
Yeah, you just hear doom, 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 as this giant hulk of a man just walks up and goes, and just happily just pats you on the shoulder, and just by him doing that, you can get this sense that this guy is fucking strong. By the armor he's just carrying around in his hulking shield, which you can imagine weighs like 100 pounds.
That's heavy.
He is just...
Big shield.
He goes, so Cade is it? Samuel Leinhardt.
Cade's kind of still ruffling around his pockets for a second, and he pulls out a pack of cigarettes, puts one in his mouth, kind of lights it. Cade, did you put your hand out for a handshake?
He does, but also he happily puts out his index finger, and you can see this tiny little glow of holy lights, and he lights your cigarette for you.
Dude, don't be a show. Don't show all of your shit now.
He goes, there you go. I don't smoke myself, but to each his own. Samuel Leinhardt.
As you say, I don't smoke myself, you also see him putting another cigarette in your hand that you meant to shake his hand with. As he just puts it... You can keep it.
I'll save that for later.
When you did pat his back, you heard like the kind of like the clanking of just like a ton of metal on him.
Oh yeah.
Just because of how strapped he is at 24/7.
I'm used to that.
5 or 6 guns on him.
When you say that he'll keep it, he puts it like behind his back, like, oh yeah, I have a satchel on my back, and you all just see him just flick it away from behind him.
Actually, I'm gonna walk up and pick up the cigarette and slip it into my satchel.
Okay.
You do
so. And he goes, but there... Actually, I am so extremely sorry. I appear to have been quite lost. A woman was in a caravan that was attacked, and these horrifying creatures attacked it. It was a whole thing. I made sure she ran away, and hopefully she's safe now. But, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit lost. Do you know the nearest town?
Real quick, I just want to be like, Bilt like takes a few sniffs. It's like, is that bacon?
You smell. If you're curious, all you can smell is just the purest of just like lavender cologne. He smells fantastic.
Oh no, Bill hates lavender. Lavender's super strong, and he has a really, I wouldn't say refined, but intense sense of smell.
He opens up a pouch. I have lavender. I have blossom.
Oh, Jesus fuck! Put that shit away. Oh my god! Put that shit away. Right.
Oh wait,
now.
what? What?
That hurts my nose so much.
Which one?
The lavender. Put.
Yes.
Oh.
They have a.
He actually has a moment where he looks at it, sort of smells himself and goes, you're right. And he throws it into the field.
Wow.
I should know, I don't think I've said this to anyone but Tehran yet. If anyone asks what I do for a job, I'm a barber. Okay?
I like how Soy Tongue is just standing there this entire time.
Soy Tongue is standing there sweating fucking bullets.
I'm the resident good boy.
Yeah, we can tell that.
I'm the golden retriever.
He knows what he is, right?
Yes. Yes, Soy Tongue does know that this is
to have a sign over my head that says, "Hi, I'm a paladin"?
Soy Tongue knows what he is himself.
That you're a rogue?
No, he's an unholy being.
Oh,
he's a
yes.
tiefling.
You would know that you are an unholy being, but tieflings are not considered inherently evil in Ilvicta.
He actually walks up to the tiefling and extends out his hand. Samuel Leinhardt, fantastic to meet you. And your name is?
I imagine paladins weren't too friendly to tieflings back in the day.
No. Tieflings have never been really discriminated against, especially in Woking talk.
Oh, yes. Oh, and he actually makes sure to clear that, like, oh, by the way, if you're curious, the whole stigma of, no. In fact, my best friend Isabella is a tiefling.
No, he's using that excuse. No!
Yeah, that's what I was gonna be like, wow, how...
I wrote that in. She's a blue-skinned tiefling.
Blue.
Okay. She's actually a very important character to him.
I knew a tiefling.
Yo, my friend...
Wait, holy shit, wait, hold on.
My friend was black, I can say the N-word.
My friend is black. I can say the N-word.
Well, the answer
But,
is
like,
just
but
toss it.
you also just get the sense that he has like hate isn't a word he feels, except for like obviously the bodies that are sprawled around. Like hate isn't a thing he feels for people, so he just happily just takes her hand and shakes it.
Through this interaction, Bill just whispers to Taran, like, yeah, there's something wrong with him.
I mean, you're telling me. Apparently, they worship someone with my name. You know.
But no, you took their. I've explained this to you before, Taran.
You have.
Yeah, you don't listen to me, but I have explained it to you.
Do I hear them?
You're
Bill, after the comment of "there's something wrong with him," I assume Bill stopped being quiet.
you're
Feeling
quite.
this entire conversation is kind of like the behind his back. Like he could hear something, but to not make out words.
There's something wrong with him. It's just low volume.
Y'all just turn around and like look at him, and he has his like both his arms on like on each of his hips, and just goes.
Yeah, Ron turns around and sort of gestures to all the dead bodies. I like your artwork, by the way.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned before, but like, is it common knowledge that Tehran, like what the Tehran church is of?
Yeah. So Tehran's an elder god. Everyone knows what the elder gods are and what they stand for. It is.
Tehran is the god of peace.
Yes.
And also, you did hear Sam call himself a Forge Guardian.
Yeah, which is something that I don't think Bilt has ever heard of a Forge Guardian.
No, Bilt would not know of this. I'm trying to think of who would.
The fact is, right? If Bilt didn't know, neither does Tehran.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
Bilt has.
Who here would know what a Forge Guardian is?
Bilt has a lot of worldly knowledge, but he refuses to step foot in a church because he doesn't believe that the gods are real.
I don't think Cade might.
I don't think anyone does. Oh,
Cade maybe. Cade, would you make me a history check?
You've done bounties. That's kind of the thing. Bounties take you everywhere.
Except for Rano. He hasn't gone back in the past 15 years.
Seen them, not knowing
16.
what they are?
16.
It's definitely possible that Bilt has seen them without knowing what they are.
Would you like me to tell him what a Forge Guardian is?
I can explain it. I'll explain it. So, a Forge Guardian is a subsect of the Order of Tehran. So, the monks of Tehran are complete pacifists, and they will not hurt anyone. However, there is a certain special subsect of the monks of Tehran called Forge Guardians, who are the only ones in the entire church allowed to use violence, but they are only allowed to use it if it will further the peace.
The kind of base of every villain ever. I am killing everyone, but it's for peace.
No, they will not use violence unless absolutely necessary.
No, it is completely unless he's fighting an agent of terror, he will not use force. They're actually I imagine you've probably heard this of word of mouth. Other paladin groups and clerics actually look down upon the Church of Tehran for that very reason. It's funny, they hate them because they follow their god. They're peaceful.
They hated him because he told the truth.
Exactly.
From maybe Church of Asgroth, because Church of Asgroth.
I imagine like from that point, you probably don't know anything about Forge Guardians besides what they are.
Yeah.
Like how they act, probably not.
I'm now aware that Taran has a 25 passive perception. Taran, you hear a whooshing sound. Have any of you ever swung a stick through the air really fast?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
obviously.
that? You know that sound?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is coming towards you. It's growing progressively louder.
I'm going to remove a.
I'm the only one who hears this.
Yeah, he's the only person who knows that this is happening.
So I move to whatever direction it's coming from and prepare to deflect missiles if it's like something thrown at us.
How close is Tehran to me?
So Taran's currently about 7 feet away from you, and he moves a good 3-4 feet forwards to apparently preparing for something. Tehran, you see
the hands. You see the hands sort of go like this.
you do notice him moving, and you do notice his hands coming up. And what you all see...
I gently saunter forward. I walk like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Like, just... Is everything alright, my friend?
I like to imagine that Taran and I have been adventuring enough that even though Built is reasonably dense, he understands that when Taran sees danger, there's danger.
Yeah, so right now, Taran's like 4 feet away from me now. I moved up, so he's like 4 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Built's just gonna take off.
Taran just keeps the hands like this and says, a whoosh. And then is still preparing.
Whoosh!
Built's going to take
bad.
Built's going to take out a vial that just has...
Wait,
it's a vial, right?
Yes.
It's a round bottom flask.
Okay.
That has
I imagine by this point Sam notices how serious everybody's getting, so you gently hear this loud as he takes his giant tower shield off his back and goes, "Is everything alright?"
Gently,
a gentle crash.
You all...
An ever-closing whoosh.
So, you all... get a bit startled as a tree in front of you, a fairly solid-looking tree, physically explodes from the impact of something. You all know what a bar of rebar looks like, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what this is it looks like someone made a sword out of a 15-foot long bar of rebar that just hurtles through the air and stops about 6 feet away from Taran, and then proceeds to shoot back to where it came from, back to where you can now see the white-cloaked man grasps it and then twirls it around, plants it in the ground.
You have your magic ready, and as that rebar comes forward...
It is monk stuff.
There's no magic.
As your hands are up, and the rebar comes closer, you all of a sudden can't see anything, as in the blink of an eye, you have been pushed to the side, where the rebar was, and it looks as if Sam was ready to take the hit. But it stopped.
Yeah, Taran just sort of turns and looks at you. It's like, I could have thrown it back.
Oh, my apologies. I just didn't want you hurt.
Yeah, you see Taran sort of places their hands like this, and sort of an aura of ki bursts from them, and then they relax. I've trained in the monk arts.
My apologies, my friend.
There's no need to go into descriptions. Are we ignoring the person who's standing right there?
No, I saw them earlier.
Good point!
I thought they were you.
Who are you?
Sam, will you make me a history check real quick?
History check. I am... Wait, okay, so do I do that?
Hey, real quick. Before that happens, I'm just gonna walk over to Sam.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Stone Skin on him.
Okay.
I just walk over.
Nice.
I'd like to...
Okay, that is a dirty 20.
I walk over, I just, pick up a rock off the ground and put it against your skin. And suddenly your skin feels hardened.
Thank you for your gift. So what does that do to me?
Resistance.
You have resistance to blood, non-magical. Non-magical.
So, Sam.
I got a dirty 20.
The original reason you were heading with this caravan to Wakangtok is because you knew that there was a Son of Terror in Wakangtok. Specifically, the Son of Terror that you knew was here was Uz, the disciple of Dunkok. And this, according to everything you were told, is Uz. He is just right there.
Usually, the Sons of Terror don't approach certain death. But if you're willing to lay down your life, makes my job all the easier. And you gently just hear this as he slides on his helmet.
Oh yeah, but I will point something out, because I don't know if I made it clear. Taran's only facial features are their eyes.
He has no...
But, you see that, that very big, wide grin just go stern as he's looking the Son of Terror in the eyes. if it has eyes.
You cannot technically see its eyes because it is wearing a alabaster white mask, which doesn't appear to have any holes for its mouth, for its eyes, for its nose, or anything. It's just solid.
I remember.
So I'm glad you laid down your life for this.
Water mask, anyway.
I'm glad you laid down your life for this. It makes my job all the easier chasing you down.
In response to this, the Son of Terror walks behind a tree again.
Don't. It's just gonna.
God, he's been doing that all day.
Yeah. Well,
It's annoying.
I
Maybe you
assume
should
so.
skip the prologue.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Turan
could just
kinda-
like throw a knife at him or
Yeah,
something.
Turan does look you up and down. It's like, you must move really slow in that armor.
The Son of Terror appears much further away from behind a different tree, without his sword, and then just kind of extends his arms to each side, as if asking, "What, are you gonna come and get me?"
Precisely how far away are they?
They're about
You
1,200 feet away.
You know,
I'm sorry, how far?
I
1,200
don't think we
feet
can
away.
see them.
You can. It is an open forest, clear day, good visibility. You can see them.
1,000
Oh, I can
feet's
see
a
them.
lot, man.
All of us can.
That's only 300 meters.
I just go, you know, this is obviously bait. I'm taking it. He just charges the thing.
You are not going
And you
to
find
get
out
anywhere.
he's actually pretty damn fast.
And move 60 feet per combat.
Like something that big should not be moving that quick.
Something that big, something that heavy should not be moving at the same speed as others in the party.
Yes, he has a
Yes.
movement speed of 40. He has a 40 walking speed.
So
Okay, so I'll still beat you, Ness.
you see, all of a sudden, about 500 feet after he charges about 500 feet, Sam just kind of vanishes. And Sam, you find yourself, you're still in the forest, and you can see your party behind you, but you're now inside of like a Stonehenge kind of style ring of these stones, which are all covered in this black mold, and there's a pedestal in the center of all these stones.
Can we go help him?
Upon which, yeah, you can.
No, I'm talking to our party.
Slide off. I'm gonna do a test. I gently slide off my rosary, which has a golden symbol of Tehran, wrap it around my hand, and gently place that hand with the amulet on the palm on one of the moss-covered stones.
So this black mold that, once you come into contact to it with this blessed object, it visibly recoils, and you hear a kind of a pulsing, as in the center of all of these stones is a hewn pedestal of obsidian, which you don't know how obsidian got out here. There aren't any volcanoes for a while. And there's this thing. To call it a heart would be just a mockery of life. And to call it anything but a source of life would be idiotic. And it's just pulsing and quivering with this steady
I
rhythm.
know what it is. I know exactly what it is.
Do you?
And it's wrong.
It is very wrong.
It's just wrong.
So
it deserves nothing but scorn.
As you scorn this thing, we're gonna cut back to the party really quickly.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
should we go and save
Where'd he
him
go?
or help him?
For speed's sake, do you wanna... they gesture to their
I
backpack?
just like fly up like 5 feet and just climb into the backpack.
Yeah, Tehran just sort of lowers their position, and it's like, you guys coming? And then starts running.
Come on,
Cade will
Slowpoke.
just walk at a brisk pace.
Come on, Slowpoke.
He doesn't want his cigarette to go out because
Yeah, I'm gonna dash.
Actually, okay.
So
Okay,
that's gonna be
Cade,
90
you
feet
notice
per turn.
that your cigarette can physically not get put out.
How is that possible? Did you expend a spell slot for this?
Holy light, motherfucker.
Well, I have an infinite
That
amount
cigarette is
of
blessed.
cigarettes.
Yes, infinite cigarette. Oh,
You know,
Infinite
it
cigarette.
is the most perfect tasting cigarette you have ever had.
are Luna and
Cade's
Soy
kind of like, ugh. Ooh.
I am very paranoid ever since the cleric kicked the bucket. I want to cast Death Ward
Okay.
on someone.
Okay.
That's fair.
Who would like to have this? I would very much like to do it on a paladin.
I'd like to take Death Ward.
I'll give him
What do
Death
you
Ward.
mean? What do you mean the cleric died? There were others before me?
Yes,
Yes.
2 of them.
Yes, so
No.
many, so
Yeah,
many.
there were-
Cade is
Sam
the
doesn't
only
know that.
surviving OG party member.
So yeah, since I have the healing and buffing and debuffing spell, since I have the support spells, I would like Death
And
Ward.
like what, 30 HP?
No, it's 54.
Okay, it could be worse, but it could be a lot better too.
I have 84 and 20 AC.
Yeah, I would like Death Ward.
I have 72 and a 19 AC.
I'm assuming you all advance into this area where he vanished.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm built and
You all
Tara make it there first.
enter into
Yeah,
this.
built piggybacking off of the 90 foot per turn Turan's doing.
Progressively, you all kind of enter into this area, and this stench that you've been smelling all this time is even more strong here in Cade. You will recognize this. Do you remember the test session? Whenever I said whenever the miasmas appeared, they smell
Oh
just
my!
awful.
Actually, wait. This smells bad, right? Like incredibly bad,
It
like
smells.
death, if you
It
will.
smells like death itself.
I'm going to put on my mask and, like, before I put it on, stuff herbs and shit in there.
Yeah. So this smells like the miasmas that the party fought in the test session. And there is this.
I gently just
Beating-
wander my way over to the obsidian pedestal, and I begin to, like, with my golden hand, reach for the heart.
So, would you like to do that first, or would you like to look around the area?
I guess I will look around the area then.
Would all of you like to look around the area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Around.
Yeah, we have just rocked up. Turan just kind of rocked up with built in their backpack.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got a 13.
Actually, Built has made a second mask for Taran.
I will
So-
touch some weird shit. Yes.
Turan's trying to figure
I
out
am
why
blessed.
he doesn't need it.
Yeah,
On
Built doesn't care that you don't need it. He just hands it to you.
So on every single column around this pedestal, there is this writing, which is written in Dwarvish, Elvish, Abyssal, Deep Speech, Primordial, Terric, Celestial, and Common. And
Oh fuck
I
yeah!
can read Tarek.
I can read
Tarek in
Celestial.
common.
all of
Literally, all you had to say was common.
and all of these read of the same all of these have the same inscription, which reads, he is that who is, he is that who will, he is that who sees, he is that who hungers, he is that who knows, he is that who waits, he is that shall stand until the stars fall from their place in the heavens dead, he is that shall raise up, he is that shall lay down, he is that which we created, he is that in which eternal hatred festers and rots, he is that in which our love is placed, he is that which has been called the end of all, he is that which the precursors feared, he is that which the elder gods fear, he is that which the council fears, he is that which is the end, he is that in which there is no new beginning, he is that of the end, he is that of death, he is that of the end. If you want to, I would let Sam make a history check because he's the only religious person here that would have any clue what this is.
Yes.
Unless you can make an
I mean,
argument
as
for
a
Bill.
That would be
Built.
a
Okay,
17.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Built doesn't care about the gods, but this is definitely something that would interest him because it's something that would threaten gods.
Okay.
It's something that would threaten
I'm
his.
trained. I'm trained to deal with this. I've probably seen shit like this before, so I take this with the utmost professionalism, and I just do I know what this is from?
No.
Well, hold on. For Built, this is something that he would, if he has any idea about this, it's because it's something that could threaten his beloved medicine and technology.
Yes.
If you'd
right.
like to make a history check, I will let you.
I will make the history check.
Yes.
Wait, did a 17 not do
The
it?
17 did not do it, no.
Wow.
18.
18 does not do it either. None of you have any idea what this is from.
Can we get a vague idea?
This appears to be from a religious text. Probably one that was marked heretical and banned.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely doesn't remind me of a certain session that we had
Yeah,
recently.
no, totally not. Definitely not.
I mean,
definitely not the
yeah.
one that caused this.
You as players
Definitely not the
know
one that caused
this. You as players know this, but your
Not the one-
characters do not.
Yeah.
No.
I gently take off my rosary. I wrap it around my golden hand, so that it's on the palm, and I gently place it on the heart.
So, as you touch this beating heart, it
Tehran
begins
takes the dodge action.
to beat faster, and you realize that the trees around you have now been completely covered with this mold, and from them up in the canopy, or where the canopy should be, these shapes are falling. And Cade, you recognize these as miasmas. They make no sound as they fall or as they hit the ground. They are completely silent. But they are these human legs with half a torso, and then sitting on top of the torso is this writhing mass of tentacles. They are a complete pitch black, slimy in their texture, and they appear bloated, in a sense, like they are filled with something.
My eyes are closed, and as I'm doing, and as I notice them fall, my eyes gently close, and I begin to recite chapters and scriptures of the basically the Tehran Bible, basically.
The Tehran Bible.
The Tehran Bible, or whatever you would call it, just our religious text.
Aramon,
Yes.
Amen.
can Bilt recognize what these are?
You have no idea what these are.
I probably know what they are.
Okay, I'm gonna make this argument using actual historical knowledge.
Okay.
And you can totally veto this.
Okay.
But I sent this in general.
Yes.
But plague doctors wore those masks to keep out a miasma that was thought to be caused by the misalignment of the planets.
Yes.
That was the whole point of it,
Mhm.
right? Because the miasma was thought to cause the plague. Can I use that bullshit knowledge? Can I use that bullshit explanation to try and explain why he would know what these are?
DC 21 history check.
DC
Yeah,
21
so-
history. It's
Take a
it's
help
shot.
action. You're in my backpack.
I'll take the help action. I'll take advantage on this.
Guess what happens? The instructions are in my back.
24.
24. Good lord. These are creatures created by Dishama, the Wraithic god of hatred, who was supposed to have been killed by Astoth Talon, the elder god of trickery and lust, but apparently came back to life after a bunch of dwarves woke him up.
Okay, I know they're called miasmas, right?
Yes, they are called miasmas. These do not look like the miasmas you know of. They appear
But I still-
sick.
However, I'm still gonna be like, hey, you know what? If you're not gonna get used to that mask, pass it to someone else.
I see the paladin and I throw it at them.
The paladin's eyes are closed.
I know.
What happens? What happens?
He throws a plague doctor mask at you.
And he hears it fall, and he gently turns around, looks at it, looks over at you, and just
Put it on.
there's a smile comes across his face, and he gently just nods and thanks you. But he's still holding on to it and inciting scriptures.
Put on the mask.
Give it to Cade.
And wait, and he gently just holds up his hand, and he crushes the heart.
Alright, so as you crush the heart, the miasmas now start erupting from beneath the ground, and there are hundreds of thousands of these bloated creatures now kind of shuffling slowly towards you. There is a path. There's one path left, and that is the path towards Toghay.
Good job,
So-
dipshit.
Put on the mask.
I reach down, I grab the mask, I take off my helmet, slide it on, I grab my tower shield, and I look at the path and I go, I'll clear it. I take a dash action.
Alright, so as you dash...
80 feet of movement. And I hold up my shield, I want everybody can be behind me, and I will basically freight train this and clear a path.
Yeah, I mean, Taran can follow you.
Tehran
Yeah.
Tehran can do better than that. Honestly,
Man does better.
Well, my shield is called the Barricade of Faith. So
My dad can beat up your dad.
I mean, yes, quite literally.
My dad drives a Aston Martin.
My dad has diabetes.
Oh.
Oh.
So I just charge this thing. I just charge the line with no, like, fear in my heart.
As you thunder down this road towards Take, you end up nicking barely. The miasmas seem to like flow out of your way, but one of them stumbles and you barely touch it with your shield, and it promptly explodes. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's easy.
Can he have advantage because of the mask?
No.
I don't think
Okay.
you put it on anyways.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Thanks, Skippy.
Hey, you did.
Oh.
It's a good look shot.
That would be
It was worth a
an
shot.
18.
An 18? Alright, that succeeds.
Yes.
Would you guys like to run back to Take?
Yes.
So you
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
you go back to Take, and as you progress out of this deep forest, the miasmas don't really seem to move. They just seem to congregate around this crushed, or around this pillar area. And you get back to Take, and everything seems normal. Again, it's
Bilt is not taking off his mask.
there's no sign of the miasmas. There's even the mold that you saw before near the Italian throat ripper's nest is completely gone.
Now,
Bilt's-
would I know why they're doing this? By
No.
maybe past experience, or could I say maybe there's like some sort of behavior here? Like I crushed the
You read
heart.
it
I have
about-
no idea what it is.
He read about it in a heretical text.
No. Unironically, I have put down that Forge Guardians are experts in the tongue of their enemy.
Would you?
They know how they try to know as much about terror as possible because they're the only ones who can withstand like the influence.
So here's the entire deal about the
Yeah,
miasmas.
war.
The miasmas are not an agent of the armies. They act separately from the armies of Terra, and they act according to their god's will.
Even worse.
I'm sorry, I just, real quick, can you send me the name of the god that made them, the Wraith god that made them? Because
Yes.
I'm blanking on that part. Thank you.
Dishama.
Thank you. I remember this. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Slowly during the lecture about them.
Plague creepers.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. I'm just gonna like look at. I'm gonna look at Sam and just be like, these things shouldn't exist.
I agree with you.
No, like, I'm not saying in the sense that like they're evil and they're bad and they shouldn't exist because like they don't deserve to or something. No, they shouldn't exist.
Okay, we'll
what
say
wrong-
this. Sam, you would know this. Dishama, as a Wraith god, who I can assume that Bilt has shared these are probably creatures of, is supposed to be
Yeah,
dead.
build it. These things shouldn't exist. They were created by Dishama. Dishama should not. Dishama shouldn't be alive.
Because the way a Wraith God works is a Wraith God comes into existence whenever there is an exponential amount of energy, in Dishama's case, hatred. And they exist for a period of time, then after that energy fades, they stop existing. A Wraith God is basically an ascended mortal. They can be killed, and once they're killed, they die forever. Dishama was killed by an Elder God. They shouldn't exist.
Dishama was killed by an elder god. He should be super. Not only should he not be alive, he should be extra dead to the extent that even if someone were to try and revive him or bring him back, he shouldn't be able to.
My friend, calm yourself. Take a deep
No,
breath.
this shouldn't be possible.
He just goes, listen, obviously he's backed by some hateful force. We'll find it and deal with it. I imagine my brothers are already on top of it.
I
Just don't
no
worry.
idea what you're on about.
Yeah, Bill has not explained this to Taron because it hasn't come
Straight
up.
face.
It hasn't come up.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
Well, now I have to write a letter informing the church.
Well,
about this.
where's the nearest church? Why don't we just go tell them?
There is a monastery of Taran not too far away.
Why don't we just go tell them? We're not that far away from one.
You know what? Good idea. And he gently goes, well, I think this should be very important. And luckily, we deal with the heart, but I don't trust this. Do I have, like, a map or anything I can mark this location down? Like, hey, point of corruption, seek later.
I'm unsure. Would you have bought a map?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah. If you'd have bought a map, then I'd say, yeah, you'd have a map, and you'd probably know how to read maps.
I've also put down that he's kind of a bumbling klutz, and he easily gets lost, so he needs a map.
Alright, then
he's not good with maps, but he has one, so he just looks at it and goes, alright. So I will be sure the Knight Commander sees this. And he's
Very
like,
well.
But do not worry, keep those spirits up. Eventually, we'll deal with this. And if we don't deal with it, my brothers and sisters will.
Tehran looks at you like this, starts hovering 1 foot off the floor.
Still in his backpack.
Neat little trick!
Bill's just not left the backpack.
What do you mean by trick? I just do this.
I know, but I cannot. But as you can probably tell, I cannot float.
That's disappointing.
I know it is, but
reasonably common.
Keep grounded.
Your weakness disgusts me.
Believe me.
That was not in character. That was not in character. That was me.
Okay, but I was about to say that. I was like, I thought Luna's just straight up said, "You disgust me." Like, whoa.
What disgusts you?
It's not now.
Hey, Murillo, what disgusts you?
His weakness.
Oh, me? Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't float, bro. You don't float.
I mean, Built can also fly. he can't. He doesn't just float. He can actually fly.
He just takes that map, folds it up, puts it in a satchel on his back, and just goes, "All right, I think we have an important job to do."
When we go to the church, I can't go inside.
Why not?
They don't like me there.
Oh, well, I will give you my recommendation.
I have traveled with them for long enough. They will not let him inside.
I'm on a wanted list.
Have you ever been to one of those establishments where they post people at the door? It's like that.
Well, of course I do. In fact, I've seen the list. But I imagine if I give them my recommendation, I may have him answer.
My full name is Built Ick Towing. That's on most lists. If you've looked at pretty much any list, you've definitely seen that name.
Yeah. So wait, you're Built Ick Towing? Really?
Yeah.
You're smaller than I thought you'd be.
Yeah. Question. Do these... This is more a question just in general. Would these lists include why they're not allowed?
Yeah.
He's disallowed for he's disallowed for heresy on the grounds of denying gods.
Well, here's the good part. We don't care about that.
Okay.
Listen, we're people of peace, not religion. Our job is to go from place to place, helping people, helping refugees from the wars and the monsters. We purify wells that have been poisoned. We don't give a damn what you've done. You are doing good work. So, don't worry. If they do end up asking, I'll give you my nice recommendation. Alright?
Alright.
Oof, yeah, I think I'd rather sit this one out. Last time someone talked about peace and purification. The Zorvlogoth had their arm cuts out. So, yeah. I'm gonna sit
are you talking about the Zorvlogoth revolution, the Zorvlogoth oppression, where all of the Zorvlogoth under the oppression of the Elodian Empire?
Is that what you think this is? Is that what you think this is?
No, listen, I feel like we as a group aren't really accepted by most churches for various reasons.
I've just never been
Yeah.
to one.
Well,
You've been to a church before.
I have.
yes.
You were never inside, but you've been to a church before.
Oh.
Well, look, listen here. You don't have to be accepted by the church. You just have to be accepted by me. And frankly, from what I've seen so far, you appear to be a nice bunch.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Alright, which way?
He bends his head and goes, if you like, we can
Built,
stop. Actually, you know what? Actually, you know what?
on.
By the time we get there, you'll be able to enjoy our nice feasts. You know what? I'm inviting you to the feast.
Aramon,
Yes.
does Built know this town well enough to understand where the churches are? Because I feel like that's definitely something Built would have memorized just so he knows where not to go.
Not to go. Yeah, you know where the monastery is.
I
It's
do
like-
know where it. I do know where it is. I can lead.
So it's just like, but hey, guess what? When we get there, and when we get you all inside, stay the night and you can enjoy our feasts.
Oh, I'm sure there's gonna be a very nice preaching there too.
Question: Does
Oh,
the church
no.
does Tauron honor Lent or something similar?
Honor Lent. The church does not require its followers to undergo a yearly mandatory fasting, but the monks and the holy people do undergo 50 days of not eating anything, and there are often 70. They're spaced regularly throughout the year. There are 72-hour prayers, which if you are
wait
in
a
a
second.
monastery, you're supposed
Oh,
to
wait,
attend.
do y'all not know?
I
Oh! Forge Guardians! So one thing about us is we throw ourselves into the line of fire, per se. We try to battle the biggest monsters and deal with the worst things. And every night, I have done this several times, we have a strong drink and a nice meal. It's sort of a mini celebration for getting through the day. Any day I wake up could be my last, and I fully have accepted that. And celebrations like this in the monastery are very nice if many paladins can come together. It's sort of a small celebration. There's dance, there's drink, it's a small little party.
all right.
It's sort of a celebration. And if you're
Ron sort of
curious,
makes their head do a full 180 and looks at Bill and
Jesus.
it's like, have I ever been to a party?
Probably
it's very
not.
fun.
That's So here's the thing: people don't like me, so probably not.
They then
Actually,
turn their
well-
head back towards you.
Well, here's the deal. Parties like this are involved with the townsfolk. It's not done in the monastery. They set it up outside. Anybody can join. It's a celebration of people. It's a celebration of peace. I've danced with many of a poor man. It's all right. You don't have to be fearful of the church. We're not the same as many others. Believe me, I've met other members of the church. Not the Church of Tehran, but churches that don't look favorably on Tehran. But it's fine. I don't
Church of
mind.
Vax should be like.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like the Church of Tehran. Everyone hates the Church of Tehran. Not hates, but strongly dislikes the Church of Tehran at the very least.
Well, the Church of Tehran is in a weird spot because the normal, like, common folk, poor folk, absolutely love the Church of Tehran because they're
Because
never
welfare
gonna.
and shit.
Yeah, they're never gonna do anything to aggress you. They will help you. As
They
much as they
go
can.
around helping people, anybody they can in need. They will help anybody.
But
Much like
other churches,
other churches, Church of Vax absolutely hates the Church of Tehran because the Church of Vax is the Church of the Elder God of War. Church of Asgroth is neutral because the Church of Asgroth is neutral with everyone. Evezyke doesn't really care because the Church of Evezyke is so tiny. Pier likes the Church of Tehran. Arilla, not so much because of the pacifism.
here's the thing: if Built had to choose a god to follow falsely, it would be Tehran.
I mean, yeah, it makes
Just
more
because he
sense.
agrees with what they do. Well, no, but like he agrees with what they do, which is
You also-
welfare.
You also, again, you've noticed this still. His smile, it's unwavering. Even when he was charging the line of the whatever they were called again.
Hold on,
Okay,
I
I'll
need
fight.
to. Hold on, I need to check
His
something.
smile remained.
All right.
Pull up. Let me, it's,
And of course, in Tyrell's case,
here's, hold
appear
on.
to show any emotion at anything.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, Aramon, what's
Yeah.
like the most sour thing, that Bill could realistically get his hands on?
Toad's foot cress. It grows all
Toad's
around the
foot-
swamps.
It's a mushroom, I assume? Or fungus of some kind?
It's kind of like watercress. It is a small leafed plant. Looks kind of like a clover, but only with one leaf.
And it's fucking sour.
Yes, it is absolutely sour.
Bill just, like, reaches into his satchel, fishes around a bit, and pulls out the cress. And is just like, hey, Sam, eat this.
I trust you. Oh. Doesn't even look at it. Doesn't even look at it. He trusts Bill.
Fucking sour.
It is the most sour thing you have ever tasted. It dries out your mouth.
And rolling it. What would I have to roll to stomach it?
It's completely edible.
Sanity.
It's just
I know that.
sour.
Here's the thing. Bill, this is
You
the
know
same
what?
thing that Bill did with Cade.
I rolled a 19 con check.
Um,
You see him put this in his mouth. He chews it for a second, but his smile doesn't go away. Just
your mouth, you do twitch a bit because it isn't exactly nice by itself.
well, is that like some sort of healing properties?
It
Oh wait, am I going to like spaz out or?
no, it's you've worked with other plague doctors before. This is
Yes, I have. Many a time.
this is part of if they've ever explained the practice to you, it's there you have your four humors. You have your blood, your yellow, your color, your black bile, and
I've
your
always wanted
phlegm.
to learn this. Truly,
What?
I've always wanted to learn how they operate because they're geniuses.
Well, these four humors, as they're called, are supposed to balance out your emotions. Too much blood would be a sanguine temperament. Too much color would be a nasty, snappy, irritable temperament. Too much black bile is a melancholic, very slow temperament, and too much phlegm is too calm and really too.
You notice that his smile still remains. It's not anything wrong with him. From the look in his eye, it's
Lord.
trained.
It's trained.
It's trained.
I'm just
he's
imagining
trained.
some like military instructor going, "Smile, bitch, smile."
Bill's really is like.
Wait, are you? Oh, you're curious of my demeanor.
Yeah, it's too much blood.
Oh, no, my friend. This is what I do on the daily for you.
Me with my practices, it throws.
No.
It's
I understand, and I'm very thankful for your consideration. If I was sick, I would gladly thank you, but I am perfectly fine.
Okay.
My church, we're the Church of Peace. Remember, we're
I know,
civilians.
but peace doesn't
we're
mean,
that. Well,
peace doesn't
I
mean
know
happiness.
I know. There's many a time I felt anger and malice, but we keep up this appearance for civilians. We do this for them, for their morale. We want them to hold on to something. We want them to know that there is somebody out there who will happily charge the horrors at night and protect them at any cost. And no matter what, they will always keep a smile on their face. And it helps people. It keeps people up. We're trained to be considerate and selfless. And one of the ways is morale. We boost it. Because when morale goes, people go.
I suppose it's just it threw me off.
Unnatural, I mean.
Yeah, it's
Don't worry. I do this for you as much as anyone else. Every single Tehran Forge Guardian is like this. They're very eccentric.
Tehran turns their head completely around to Built again. I mean, in fairness, you tried the same thing with me. It didn't
No,
really...
I tried to.
Not the same
thought
cure.
it's not the same cure, yes, but also you're not natural in any sense of the word, and I don't think you should be used as an example. It's okay. He doesn't follow any of the normal biological conventions. Do you want to put it that way?
Yes, I know, but I know what he is. You know what he is. He is natural. My
cures don't work. Natural in the sense that he doesn't function like anything else.
And sir, I can't bring someone back to life. Does that make me unnatural?
No.
Just because you can't do something doesn't mean it's wrong.
Oh boy. I like to imagine you've just been standing in front of the temple, like this monastery, this entire time.
And at this point, mention like, hey, can we go?
At this point,
like,
a bunch of
how about we say we're walking while we're talking? We're walking while we're talking.
We're walking outside the monastery while we're finishing this argument.
A bunch of monks, which are dressed kind of like Buddhist monks. They've got shaved heads, but they are wearing leather aprons, and which are visibly scarred by the forge. Are kind of just looking at you rather curiously.
I take off my helmet, put my hand on my chest, and I gently bow to them.
I just sort of do the same thing. It's like, hello.
These are my guests.
Yes, I'm Tehran. They can't smile, but if they could smile, they'd be smiling right now.
Yeah, Bill chuckles.
These are my guests. We have some news of a son of terror.
A son?
Yes.
Here.
Wait, are they familiar with me specifically, or
no? But they're
familiar with Forge.
You're a Forge Guardian, so they. Yes. My brother.
Oh, my apologies. My name is Samuel Reinhardt. I come from Javit.
Ah. I'm Davis. My brother, you should have gone. This is not the temple to go to. If there is a sun, you should have gone to a larger temple.
Well, I know this. The sun had disappeared. But we did find a sort of obsidian... I have hard to describe it to you. An obsidian altar with a black heart. I wouldn't call it a heart, but it was beating like one. Around it were this circle of black moss with temples, with pillars, with a scripture that says, and I label the scripture, and if you're curious, it was surrounded by what appeared to be illusion magic to hide it from the field. And actually, I pull it out and I show them the location. I go, are there any other Forge Guardians or a Knight Commander I may speak to? Because this is crucially important. If this spreads any further, this might infect the town.
The closest hub of Forge Guardians is in the next town down, in Dishu. We do not have any. They've all moved on. The armies of terror have been harassing Dishu, so our resident guardian has moved towards there. Do you know what text this is from?
No, we're not, sir. And that is what I'm actually asking you. I know for a fact that you monks are very, intellectually influenced by this. So,
alright, so the monk,
this could be a matter of life and death.
The monk's gonna think for a second, and he does not succeed.
Yeah, while they're doing this, Tehran turns their head to Bill. It's like, I find it entertaining that I am Tehran the monk meeting the monks of Tehran. And then they turn their head back around.
You say this out loud, I assume, so that they can
it's completely out loud. Everyone can hear him say
by the way, brothers, this is my friend. I sort of go down the line of everybody. This is Luna, this is Cade, this is Built, this is Tehran, and yes, it is that Built.
Look at Built.
I'm not going to change my views, but I am sorry.
He gently puts his golden hand on one of the brothers' shoulders and goes, "Do not worry. He helped save my life when we dealt with the obsidian pillar. So, I give him my recommendation."
Okay, I cannot let you, he points at Belt, or you, he points at Luna, into the monastery. The
I'm
sorceress
well aware.
has been charged of assaulting, I think, 74 different religious figures from pretty much all the church.
Bill just like snaps his head to Luna. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, good memories.
Holy shit!
Wait. What did she do?
She is an anti-theist.
Well, that I could guess. I mean, so is Built, but
No,
we
I
both
just
know
don't
that-
believe that they exist. No, Bill is
Yeah,
an
like-
atheist. He just doesn't believe that they exist.
Well,
Howard.
remember, brothers. I know Tehran's holy light is important to us, but we need to understand that peace comes before that.
Well, yes, but
But
the protection of the
problem I
forge also comes before. I would let you in if I could, but I cannot let her in because she may disrupt the forge, and as you know, we cannot let the forge go out.
I don't seek to disrupt the forge. I just
Oh no, I'm not worried about you.
No. Now, here's the deal. The second that they mention that she has done this, you can visibly see, like, the grip on his shield sort of slide forward a bit, like, in front of the two priests, just in case anything happens. Like, you visibly see that smile sort of twitch a bit, but it's still there.
Oh, I love party conflict. One of the monks is going to go back inside the monastery and return a few minutes later with a very, very old monk who, they ask if you could repeat the thing that you read on the scriptures, so which I'm assuming you do.
I gently, I grab both his hands, I cup them together, put my head to him, and I recite the words I said to him. Because here's the deal. In my eyes, this guy is above me. Like, he's my commanding officer.
He technically is. This would be the Forge Father. He is pretty much the Father Prior here. And
head honcho.
As you speak these words, his kind of cloudy eyes narrow, and he bows his head. We have received communication from the Church of Asgoroth. This concerning is Dishama.
Asgoroth.
He is.
He's
He's from the Book of Wrath. His holy text.
Okay. How is he alive though?
Can he be brought back to life, or is it a different version of him?
The monk kind of reaches inside of his kind of robes and pulls out a scroll. We have been working in tandem with Church of Evesike, and Asgoroth to determine how. We have found a copy of the Books of Wrath. It suggests that Dishama is not a wraith god, but a reincarnation of the death of the universe.
So what you're saying is that the universe died at some point, and
The
he's that.
death of the precursors universe specifically.
So wait, how are we meant to deal with this? Can we deal with this?
Has taken the form of a wraith god. We believe that if he was killed inside of his plane of existence, he would not return. Whenever he was killed by the elder god Estaf alone, he was killed on the mortal plane. The scars of that combat still exist as the northern wastes. If we kill him inside of his realm, which at this point is linked to the Temple of Sorrow, then he may not come back. It is
So
not
retaking the Temple of Sorrow is
my place to speak of violence.
So retaking the Temple of Sorrows is the first order.
Yes.
He looks at the Forge Father and he just thanks him wholeheartedly and goes, "Now you know what we must do."
I am
I-
a genius,
you
but
have- you-
we would all die
you
if we
have-
tried that.
Yeah, we can't do that right now.
No, you must
I know.
grow much stronger. Pray. That is all you
But-
can do.
But Forge Father, you can relax your head now. This responsibility will fall on the weight of me, and I guess, now that you've said it, my compatriots.
He looks at Cade. Are you the Valentino?
Is it working?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. How do you know?
I know many things.
He's a
Are
Forge
you
Father.
still continuing the what is word in common? Job you given.
Slowly but surely.
This is good. Follow this man, he points at Cade. He may have done a few things that are questionable, but is good and trustworthy.
Father, if I may, do request some sort of protection. There are miasmas in the forest.
Are you asking for us to forge you weapons?
No,
Good.
we need to go check that. That's not what I'm asking. What
No,
I'm
that's
saying is
tomorrow
that
anyway.
all of you should try and request the protection of a guard or a knight of some kind to protect against these miasmas. I'm
Basically-
not sure if they'll approach, but they are very
We'll put in-
dangerous.
It'll be alright. I imagine they'll put in a requisition order for some troops.
We
Well,
might,
well,
but then we might not. But we will not leave. We cannot.
Believe me,
leave.
Father, there are many a Forge Guardian in New Londo who would love to finally get out there and fight back the terror.
Thank you for telling me this. I will convey communications to associated churches. Do be warned. The Validar is about. He has not attacked us, but a church of Vax in Dishu was slaughtered, and we think he may be within these walls. That is all. I must go tend to the fort. May Taran bless all of you, and may he forgive some of you for your sins. And he walks back into the monastery.
Luna does flip him a middle finger before he goes.
I really love like the whole like Bill is
okay.
the one who's concerned about his reputation.
Luna does that, and you just gently see him, like he's looking at the father, and you see his hand gently reach over and just gently curve your middle finger down.
I really like how like the entire situation was like Bill was super concerned about like these guys probably don't like me. They probably hate me for that matter. And then I hear 72 dead, and I'm like,
72.
Not bad.
72
Oh,
assaulted.
assaulted. I'm gonna say dead. I would be surprised if they lived.
Cade, I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
My Forge Father trusts you, which in turns means I'm to give you my oath. I will give you my life, my sword, and my shield. You will get nothing out of me but respect and power. But is your judgment sound? And he gently looks over his shoulder to Luna. And his face is not smiling. It's not stern, but it's like he's sort of like processing what he should think.
His face is grim.
Yeah, it's grim. He's asking Cade, do you trust this? Because if you trust this, I'll trust it.
I haven't been given a reason not to trust Luna. And the only other thing I have to say is I don't need your oath, I don't need your bond, I don't need whatever you're going to give me. Just don't die.
That is the oath. Also, no offense, but it isn't your choice. It's tradition. Basically, it's sort of a contract. It's basically saying that no matter what, I'll always be there.
Cade's just
Happily-
the same expression throughout that entire sentence.
Yeah, Turan's head turns completely around to Bill against. I can now understand why you didn't get into religion. And then
It's not even that I didn't get into. Okay, I should explain this to. I should explain this. I don't believe. I think that everything can be explained through science.
Oh.
I should explain that.
Which is valid. I can agree with you on that. Believe me, I've had a crisis of faith before. And I'm a paladin in the church. Everyone goes through this. Again, peace, not religion.
Right. Very well.
If you're curious, I don't think lesser of you.
All right.
The only person I'm somewhat on the fence about is you-know-who. But even then, I've made my oath to Cade, which means that even though I do not appreciate what you have done to my brothers and sisters, I will still give my life for you. And he gently lets go of your hand.
He's just been holding your hand this entire time.
Yes, he's been holding on to it because he's like, I want to make sure everything's all right. But it's like he gently lets go of your hand and goes, if I am to trust Cade, I have to trust you.
No somatic components for you, Luna.
She just kind of brushes her hand around, like, her clothes and says, keep on smiling, Guardian.
The entire time he was holding on to, like, he wasn't gripping it, he was gently just placing it. You get this, like, even though there's, like, cold metal gauntlets, you just get warmth that emanates from him. Like, it's almost a tiny little aura.
So
She just says, keep on smiling, Guardian. Perhaps your true colors might show.
Well, I did promise you guys a meal, and sadly the four Guardians are not here. Is there a tavern in town?
there is.
Yes, there is.
What time is it?
It
by
is
now?
approaching evening, and I am thinking about wrapping up here. If we could say that you go to the tavern, have a meal, and I'll wrap it up.
So I basically go to the tavern and I tell the barmaid or bartender to give everybody. I ask for their drinks, I ask for their orders, and I basically just go. How much would this cost if I were to do that?
Are you buying all of them a drink and a meal?
Yes.
What? There are 6
I'm
people
trying
in
to-
this party.
Yes. And one giant paladin, so I'm probably ordering a lot.
I'd say 70 gold.
So the bar's like, okay, 70 gold, and he looks in his
7
pocket.
people. There's 7 people in this party.
No.
6.
Marilla's.
Oh, it's because it's the second person. Yeah, it's.
There are 2
Marilla's
Morillos.
using it. Marilla has
He-
a.
That's what threw me off. That's what threw me off.
He's told 70 gold, looks in his pouch like a fly flies out of it. Like,
It's fine. You don't have to buy us things.
Turan looks at your pouch, then just sort of. Can I make a sleight of hand to put 70 gold in their pouch without anyone noticing?
You can see by the look of his pouch, it is very light.
Yes,
Yeah, you could do that. You also do have the Italian throat ripper done, which I'm pretty sure paid like 100 gold per person.
Oh,
True, but nevertheless,
I'm actually just gonna go.
I'm gonna sleight of hand 70 into their
Alright.
pouch without anyone noticing.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna go because I really gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
and
that's
go
completely
soon
fine.
anyway.
I
See
pay. We all have a fantastic meal.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a 27 sleight of hand.
You get 70 gold and he doesn't even notice. He just thinks he had it.
So
that's
yeah. I pay for it. Everybody has a final meal, and the entire time he gets like this giant flagon of just mead, and just completely downs it. And you can see like he's happy because remember, every day could be his last, so every meal's a feast.
and
There's a quote you can use, George.
that we will end this session.
So, the art of war.
I'm just imagining
Yeah.
like food being phased
Oh,
through
Lord.
Tehran's
Are we-
face.
Toron's
are we-
trying to eat. It's not
No,
working
wait.
very well. But
George,
Goodbye.
you can put it down as a little saying that the forge
lore,
the forge
lore
guardian
bit,
use like
lore flavor
Oh.
text.
every meal could be your last, so every day could be your last, so every meal's a feast.
All right, goodbye, internet person.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. Goodbye.
Wow.